YouTube screen open. So now we're live.
We're live now, guys. Forget the introduction. We're having technical difficulties. I was going to take the guest off, do a quick rundown of our week, go through all this crazy stuff that's going on. And for some reason, my Mac got hacked. And that's why I think I'm getting all these, I don't know what's going on, but on my Yahoo, I get spam.
Travis, I don't think we're live. We're not live.
Yeah,
I'm looking at YouTube, bro.
Bro, it takes 30 seconds.
Man, normally like my stuff starts right up, bro. I'm gonna ask.
I don't know what's going on. Freaking out right now.
I'm gonna say, are we live?
I'm at the lowest point of my life right now.
Oh, we're live. We're live.
We're
live.
We're live.
Where we go? We don't do much. We're live though.
We're live. Right now, we're live. This is.
I don't know how long I'm gonna last on here because this.
We're live.
Oh man, now I gotta get this thing looked at. What's up, guys? Uncle
Hey.
Larry Outdoors in the house.
Oh, Trash. We're pumped. Give us something, Travis.
Right.
Travis,
it's been a minute since South Carolina.
Right.
That was the legendary interview that we did with you.
Oh, true.
Those three on the bottom are guaranteed to bong a beer at some point.
he's already started to read the comments. Give it your best introduction right now. We've got Uncle Larry Outdoors on, man.
Yo, guys, welcome
to Milestone Mode
Live. Another Monday Night Live with a fantastic week. Epic Eric and I we're down at Susquehanna Fishing Tackle, hanging out. Got to meet a bunch of the people that watched the live show, and it was a great time. We did a seminar. We talked. We hung out. It was crazy. I can't remember what happened. It was that crazy. Then it got so damn busy up here in New York that I had no idea what guests we even had lined up, and Epic Eric pulls it off. Eric, tell me why you decided to bring these three dudes. Now, we're going to get an introduction to each one of them, but I know you have some plans involving Florida and a few other things coming up, so walk me through that.
You got it, man. I've been talking to Eric Guarino, the guy in the middle right there, AKA formerly Eric the Intern, Ike Live, Bass University. I've been a fan of this guy forever. If you guys have seen the Marty Burns Big M reel on my Instagram, it's because he did the video edit for me, man. Thank you very much, man. It's been one of my most popular reels, man. The kid is a wizard with a camera. He's a wizard in fishing. I love his soul. He's got his two brothers from Uncle Larry Outdoors flanking right there. The 6 Kai. And Johnny, what is your Instagram handle, man? Like, do you have a nickname for in Uncle Larry Outdoors?
Yeah, I got kind of like I don't do much on my personal page, but Wolfman Moonlight is my alter ego when I really get out there.
So then you got Wolfman Moonlight right there next to Eric Guarino, man. And look, I'm just going to turn it over to Uncle Larry Outdoors.
I would follow that account just for the name.
You have to, and we want to hear the story, but there was something that was incredibly epic that just happened. So, and it's like this 8-year journey to get there, man. So I'm just going to turn it over to you guys. I'm headed down to Florida. I'm not just headed down because they got this giant fish. I've been headed down since last fall. I've had these dates, been talking to Eric about hooking up, and so now it's about to happen. So Eric, take it over, bro, and like introduce Uncle Larry Outdoors.
Yeah,
and tell us
introduce
all about
yourself, please.
Man, so Uncle Larry Outdoors, it's been a page since 2019, but what you really need to know about it is it's been a page for our entire lives, because these two sitting here with me right now is really the encompassment of a lifelong love and passion for the sport of fishing. This guy to my right, I've known since I was about 6 years old. He's one of 2 people in my entire town that I knew that fished growing up. So we instantly made a connection through that. Over the years, just kept this friendship going. Johnny ended up taking a job in Manhattan, of all places. You know, definitely a fish out of water situation, because he comes from that outdoor cloth. It's just not a place for people like that. But you do what you have to do. And it eventually got to the point where we decided that that's not what we wanted to do anymore. And actually, that's where Uncle Larry Outdoors was started, right? In Manhattan. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that's probably a part of the story for you to tell, I would say.
Yeah, I guess like kind of my backstory with everything was I used to play a lot of baseball, and fishing was always a part of my life, but was never it was always secondary to baseball. I came out of college. I I played 1 year independent in a league called the Pecos League. And up until then, I had only lived in New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts. So pretty typical suburban Northeast experiences. But the Pecos League was an absolute shit show. And when I was playing out there, we were making $60 a week, but we were traveling the desert, sleeping literally on the sand just to play ball. And that just opened my eyes up to so many things. So when I came back from that, I was like, I just want to see the world, and fishing's the way I want to do that. But awesome. I didn't have any money. My job was in New York City, and my little getaways were Central Park. And one day I just went out with a buddy and started taking pictures, and we started to reach out to people on Instagram, just trying to figure out ways to get out on the weekends, find cool stuff. I didn't have a car. So we're catching smallmouth in Central Park and cool little bites, and started catching like big carp and everything like that. And it just turned into a much bigger movement. People started like empathizing with what we were doing. We started catching big brown trout an hour away from the city. And we were just figuring things out. And then when the pandemic happens, honestly, we met a guy down at the Classic. His name's Steve Finch, and he's a TV producer in the industry. So for those who don't know Steve, that guy changed our lives. Shout out Steve Finch. But it was like winter of 2020, and I'm in Brooklyn, and I'm just like, at one point, I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, I'm on corporate welfare. I'm not going to work. We're all working remote. I'm like, what's going on? I got to get outside, but everything's shut down. So I just call up this guy, Steve. I'm like, Steve, remember when we met like 6 months ago? It's like, yeah. I'm like, can I come to Florida? And he's like, yeah, man, get on down here. So I called Eric. It's literally like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm having an absolute, like, what would you call it? Not a total, existential crisis out in the middle of Brooklyn. And I'm like, dude, I'm leaving for Florida in like an hour. If you want to hitch it down, I'm going to go fishing. I don't know when I'm coming back. And he's like, yeah, let's go down for a few weeks. So we go down to Steve's 3 in the morning, just book it, straight 24-hour shot. And we get to Steve's house. He shows us around Tampa for about 2 days. And I'm just like, I'm not leaving. Like, we're not leaving. So we didn't. We stayed in Florida, ended up finding some like $30 a night hotel in the middle of Orlando. We were interviewing with like a bunch of people in the fishing industry, just trying to make something happen. I'm still working remote from the hotel. And after a few months of just bumming it like that, we finally found a spot. We stayed here, and then, we just tried to make Uncle Larry's happen. These last few years have just been all about grinding, getting it done in Florida, figuring it out. And, now we feel like locals. I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon, but that's how this whole thing started. Man, that's awesome. What a great journey, man. Let's hear from everybody. Eve, talk to me. Kai, talk to me.
It's funny because you brought up the pandemic and how that was and it's a big reason that this is happening for multiple ways, because us knowing Kai and befriending Kai and becoming brothers with Kai is pretty much, I would say, direct result of the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Really think about it. Speak on it.
Yeah, pandemic.
Silver linings, man.
It was a very positive thing, despite the obvious negatives. You know what I mean? A lot came from that time. I was working for a solar company during that time, and I think it was right after everything really started to get kind of crazy with the pandemic. Like, everybody started to realize that it was like, a real thing. And like, I was an inspector at the time. I used to go in people's houses and check their electrical system and roofs and stuff like that. So I was going to, do my jobs, and everybody was, canceling on me. Nobody, wanted any contact. Nobody wanted anybody in their house, which I understood, you know what I mean? And I always used to keep rods in my van. So that day, like, I got all canceled, and I just went on Google Maps and pulled up to like the nearest lake that was, in whatever area of Jersey I was. I was like, I'm gonna get paid to fish today till my
I love it.
Calls me and tells me what's going on. I'm out there, and this guy comes up to me and starts, shooting the shit with me. It's like, yeah, man, you know what you're doing out here. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to catch some bass. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, there's no bass in here, just pickerel. But you know, just thought I'd come give you a heads up, and we get to talking and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, you should follow my son's fishing page on Instagram. You know what I mean? He does some fishing stuff on Instagram and YouTube. And at first I was like, what's this guy trying to get me to follow his 8-year-old son's fishing page on Instagram or something? But I checked it out later that day. I was like, oh, this is pretty freaking cool. Like these guys are sending it similar to how I was at the time. And I didn't really fish with too many people at the time, but I took him up on it, and I hit him up, and we linked up, and it turned out that we all had a fucking lot in common, and it turned into a brotherhood. All of our paths were aligned, and I don't think we really comprehended it at the time, but one thing led to another, and these guys got to Florida. They hit me up. They needed a third person to come and stay at the house, and I had an apartment up in North Jersey at the time. I had just renewed my lease too. So it was a real, rough time, real chaotic. But like when they brought that up to me, I'd always wanted to live in Florida. And I was like, you know what? I kind of have to, take advantage of this opportunity right now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on in the world. Life is short. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get out of here as it is right now. Like I
think we've all had that.
And we're here today.
I think we've all had that existential crisis, man. I know I've been talking about it for probably 3 years straight on this stream. So I feel you, man. And there's no question about it, man. So man, that's a fascinating story. I think you were telling me too. It was kind of weird, man, that your father actually talk to Kai, because he's not the kind of guy that would walk around a lake and talk to somebody he didn't know. And so why did that happen that way? How did all those stars align? What do you think, man?
Well, I think because there is more going on to this whole weird life thing than meets the eye. That would be my best way to explain that, to be honest with you. I really think it was divine intervention. And all of our paths just kind of met at this fork in the road that was the pandemic, mixed with us all knowing deep down that we don't want to take the conventional path. We don't want to work a 9 to 5 for 40 years and then retire and be too old to even cast a rod. And I feel like all of that energy combining together at the same time and ending up in Florida is what made it happen. And how that happened is deeper than something I could explain. That's for sure.
Man. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of like me and Travis connecting up, man, because I think I've told you many times how, streaming, and I got to thank Travis for it. It's connected me to this community of people that, I've worked corporate my entire life, right? I'm a father. I've been a coach. I got out of bass fishing, and, all of a sudden the pandemic is happening, and, losing your way a little bit in the world and rethinking your whole life and what you value and how you want to spend the rest of your life on the planet. I mean, I know my existential crisis. I was talking to my brothers from California, right? And he went out there to chase a dream. He wanted to become an actor. Took like a semester of college, said it wasn't for him. Corporate life, oh, hell no. He could never do it. And, so he pursued that path a long time ago. And I was talking to him about, what does he want to do for the rest of his life? And it hit me while I'm on the phone with him. And I'm like, Mark, this is my brother, Mark. I'm like, how many spawns do you think we have left on this planet? And he goes, what do you mean spawns? How many times can we have babies? I'm like, no, motherfucker. Hey, bass spawns left on the planet. I said, dude, if I think about doing the things that I love and putting the energy that I put into fishing, right? How many more years can I do it? And how many more clicks of that calendar? And a click of the calendar is 1 year, and it goes pretty damn fast. And, you can keep slogging along on your path, man. But I like the awakening that you had. And, I want you to talk about, in addition to this thing that brought you all together, you told me that, for those of you who don't know, we're going to show a clip on YouTube here of just I think it's the culminating seminary moment in Uncle Larry Outdoors, right? And I think there's been a few, but this one just took it to the next level. And tell me about that day, because Eric, set it up for everybody before we roll this clip, man. The A7 camera, it's kind of wild, man. I why you decided to do that. I mean, I like talk about it.
So,
Set it up, man. Set it up.
I would say the best way I could set it up is it'd have to take you back almost a year, because we were at a time in Uncle Larry Outdoors history when we were really all trying to figure out, because Uncle Larry Outdoors takes a lot from all of us individually to make it happen. And I think we were at a point in time where we all needed to step back and really figure that out for ourselves. And that entailed Johnny going to Sweden to play baseball. That entailed Kai and I having to figure out, okay, are we even going to stay down here in Florida? If we do, we got to find another house. And we went through a lot to get up to the point of Johnny returning from Sweden. And ever since Johnny came back from Sweden in October, I feel like we've all collectively decided that, okay, Uncle Larry Outdoors is what we're going to do. And there's just no other answer to that. So with that being said, recently we've been on a way more business-oriented path with it. The day before we went out and shot that video, Johnny came over and we all sat down and we got a lot done with Uncle Larry's on the business side of things, which we were always good about getting stuff done on the fishing side. Like, that's never a problem. You know, it was just really, we didn't even know what it was going to be necessarily, but now we have a clearer idea. So we came at it with that approach. We planned out that next day, okay, we're going to go fish X pond, go through these woods. I'm going to have the camera and we're going to just go for it. And we had never even done that before, to the extent, you know, we'd always have the GoPros on our heads. We'll take photo clips, but it was always a little different because we're doing these sends and all of us are fishing. So I obviously can't roll around with the A7 if I'm also fishing and doing those type of things. So like I said, recently with this business mindset, it's like, okay, this is our best piece of equipment to film some that could potentially change the it's Russia. We'll talk about that. Comments are awesome. But we go out, and that was our first day of doing that. And it wasn't a day either. It was like rolling into the pond at 1:30, like chilling, you know, like, all right, we're just gonna roll back here. Maybe we'll get some shots, catch a couple fours, maybe a 5. I don't know. And we get in there, start filming, maybe about 10, 15 minutes in, going through the woods. Then we get over the lily pads, as you'll see, and the rest is history, really, you know. And like I said, that was the culmination of a lot of collective efforts between the three of us to really start turning this into what it can be.
That's wild, man. No question, man. I mean, you know, MJ said that they respect the hustle to make it happen on YouTube. Anybody trying to do that, and the fact of where you go to fish, you know, it's really interesting to me, man. It takes some work. You're going to see it here in a second. So, is it a good time to spin up the video, man, and keep that story flowing? All right, Travis, hit that button.
Let me see if I can do this, because last time I tried, this whole computer crashed.
Uh-oh.
Let me see.
Lake Huron.
Oh, fuck. What am I doing with my life? Here we go.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
There it is.
To not listen to anyone and to do what you love.
You guys here?
Like making things.
Yeah, you got it.
It's my reason to be on the planet, so I just keep doing it.
Common theme in Uncle Larry Outdoors history is dragging those kayaks.
Doing a little bushwhacking today. Some unexplored waters behind us here. Let's see what we can't get into.
Already got these things. Oh, no F-bombs.
We out here now.
Trying to get better.
That's how you know. That is really how you know, though.
What people don't see in this part is that I was the first one that had to go out and roller pads, because I had to film them and I had to carve the path with the heaviest kayak.
Come on.
Look at that, man. Is that crazy?
It was a grind, man. I pulled my shoulder out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was
That's like our whole thing too is like we try and like do things the way that anybody can do it. Like you don't need.
I was like thinking I was gonna
need money. You don't need a boat. You don't need anything.
I don't think I'm gonna wade through that.
You gotta grind. That's really the message.
You're about to be caught.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it was about 3-4 foot deep under that bog.
That's nuts.
You know there's giants swimming under those mats.
You know there's giants under that mat, man.
Keep in mind, this is also during the beginning of gator breeding season. This is an unknown pond in the woods.
Look at that. So crazy. Johnny's back there going, man, I don't know. Johnny, looks like you had a moment like, are we really going to keep going?
That's what it's like fishing with these guys.
This looks crazy.
True. It's a nice balance.
Yeah.
Where do they carry our lives?
Cheat codes. Grab the vines. That's the cheat code.
Pulling my shoulder out.
Grabbing the vines, very important. Look at Ty's face. Look at his determination. You see that?
Yeah.
Michael Phelps. Butterfly. Barely slow rolling it. It pretty much picked it up off a dead stick on the bass man. Second cast, bass man. Oh, it might be a worm bite.
What the fuck is that?
It's a largemouth.
Damn.
Second cast. We came out. We're like, we really want to throw these bassmans from Glenn. He was really, really nice enough to send a whole bunch our way. Literally the best spinnerbaits ever. We're like, it might be a worm bite, but it's been windier today. Oh, yeah, it's not a worm bite.
Giant.
It's not a worm bite. Turns out
Giant.
Oh,
it's a giant. So.
I wanna go.
I'm a giant! I'm the baby! Baby!
What?
It's a giant! It's a giant! This is my biggest bass ever! Are you shitting me? I'm the bass man! I'm shaking the cameraman.
Hey.
You can keep F2! Keep it!
Inside reference.
Okay, I was about to say, I wonder what that
Bro,
means.
that's not a real fish.
What is this? What is this?
Look at Kai's face when he was
Two casts! Two casts! That was my second cast! The golden shiner. Eric, what is that? Eric, 12. What is
Look
that?
at
12
that
pounds.
thing.
What is that? What is that?
This is spinnerbait.
What is that?
Show them that golden shiner. Look at that golden shiner in that thing's mouth.
Oh.
Shout out to Glenn Casey, Bass Man Spinnerbaits, one of the first to believe in Uncle Larry Outdoors.
I love
Oh my
it.
God,
Holy
bro.
crap.
Second cast. First time ever fishing this place. Knew it was probably good. Bassman spinnerbait. You can't make this shit up. You look at the belly. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yo, how sexy is that golden shiner too? I grabbed that one last second.
So
Yo, Johnny, that's one of the other colors that he had.
You mean the ones that were in the plastic
Yes,
bag?
I grabbed the golden
bonus-
shiner. I grabbed the golden shiner because
The
it
bonus
looked.
color?
Yes.
Eric. Got some catching up to do now. We're gonna let this one go. There he goes.
Fun fact, Johnny lost a 8+ pounder off camera later in the
Biggest bass of my life. Biggest bass of my life. Biggest bass.
Oh, wow.
Of
almost
my life.
25. That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go. Any final words, Kai?
She's ready.
Okay. Hang on. Let me get on it.
Oh,
Wow.
Didn't even give us the chance to put it in slow-mo. I've never felt a bass.
Yo, look at the bass, man. He didn't even bend it out.
Let me see.
He didn't even bend it
You
out.
get focused on it. Here's the lure.
He didn't even bend it out. That felt like a redfish, bro.
This is my next cast. We're going for a PB here.
Oh, that's the moment.
I just got whacked. I just got this new St. Croix Bass X. Kai's throwing a brand new Premier. So shout out them because those rods always handle. We got 30-pound straight braid Power Pro, and then we're each throwing different color Bassman spinner baits. Just thumping along these points. 2 casts, 2. I mean, I thought my fish was big, and it ended up looking like a 2-pounder. I mean, just another couple of casts later. Just like, they just eat it in here, man. Like, it's like hard to get this thing out. Wow. We're gonna need to work that out. Like, he was not going anywhere. That upper part of the mouth.
wow.
He was just not getting off.
No
Right,
going.
another good one. We're probably at 20 pounds and 3 fish. That was so cool.
Nice.
Fishing is so sick.
On my brand new rod. The second fish I caught on this rod, dude.
That's so crazy.
Ryan Teach.
Where you at, Ryan Teach?
Ryan Teach. Come on, man. We just want the replacements.
Yeah, bro. Boat rods. You see a boat? See a boat?
Been fishing all day today. I was throwing my Mojo bass earlier. 7.4 heavy. I had that rod for about, going on 3 years. She finally gave out this morning on like a nice 6-pounder. But I wasn't done fishing, so I had to go get another rod because I really only have 2 bass rods. And that was like my main one. So went to Bass Pro. They had a nice St. Croix Premier, 7-foot heavy in there. Grabbed that thing probably, I don't know, 11 a.m. this morning. Came straight back out here, met up with the boys. We decided to do this shoot. Just caught my PB 10 minutes ago. Second fish that I've caught on this rod. Just bought it today.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, St. Croix.
2.5, 3. 3. Definitely. So it's crazy though. So I saw them busting, and then I saw a pelican come up, and the pelican came in and got a full mouthful of shad or whatever. And so I made one cast. Boom, boom. I was getting whacked the whole time I was bringing it in.
Are you kidding me?
We literally just drag stuff through the woods. We've thrown nothing but these spinner baits. They're just absolutely chewing it. We each have rods that we've never really thrown before. These new St. Croix, we've never thrown them. And they're handling. And they're just so healthy in here too.
Retarded.
No.
How was that the first fish that I catch out of here, bro?
30, right? 30-pound leader. I wasn't playing.
That was awesome,
That was
man.
pretty epic, you guys.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Just
Wow.
once in a lifetime moment to capture something
Yeah.
like that. Because if you've ever been on a film shoot before for fishing, you know that, I mean, getting a cast to catch of a 2-pounder could be a task. But that just speaks to what Johnny talked about at the end of that video, which is, yeah, you know, you could go fish Okeechobee if you want, or you could go trek through the woods with some kayaks and go through some lily pads and catch a 12 on your second cast, you know, your choice. But
That's so crazy, man. That's just it's so extraordinary. Just the work to get in there and then for it to pay off. And I'm sure you've had places where you've been, I don't know, have you had any duds in your experience? I mean, right. So you never know, right?
Hey, it was
more losses than wins.
so that fish was obviously pre-spawn, but ready to spawn.
Yeah.
Was the water clear? Could you see beds in there or no?
No, it was weird, man. That place, it was like really clear, but it kind of had like a tannic tint to it because it was a muddy bottom. Like it was a lot of sediment at the bottom, and it was like very undisturbed. You know what I mean? Because I don't think many people are going back there. But it was like super clear, man. It was like one of the healthiest ecosystems we've ever seen. but like I said, it was dark. You couldn't really see anything because of the mucky bottom. You know what I mean?
It's like weird because in Florida, a lot of times you could find a lot of places off of like the major roadways, and what'll happen is it's hard to even tell sometimes down here what's natural and what's man-made, because back when they started building things up around Tampa, they dig out these ditches, but since everything's so flat here, they have to make like flood ponds for whatever they dig out for sediment to build like the highways and stuff. But this was all done like 50, 60 years ago, so it's been sitting in the back of the woods for that amount of time. So you'll see like little pebbles and rock beds at the bottom, and it'll almost look like a northern lake for like a little patch. But then there will be stacks of sediment on top from just years of mud, and then that grass you saw us paddling through, that's so thick, but it's all floating. So it's like 4 feet of floating mat. And there will literally be trees that will root in the mat because there's so much.
That's unreal. Yeah, that's what Kai grabbed onto, right? That tree had rooted in the mat.
Yeah,
and that's what you used to propel yourself forward. So, like, how deep was that pond? How many acres? I mean, I don't know what an acre looks like on a pond. So I'm just like, how long would it take you to kayak from one end to the other? Give us that, because you're moving pretty good on the kayak.
In 5 minutes, that wasn't a big spot.
So that's not a big pond that had a 12 or whatever it was in it. That's unbelievable if you think about that. And so what was the average depth? 5, 6 feet, 2 feet, 10 feet?
2 feet.
I think it's deeper than that.
It was about 5, 6, I think, for the most part.
There was a lot of shallow flats too. Like,
sure.
In 1 to 2 feet of water, I would say. Another crazy thing about it is not only was there a 12, but there was a bait fish population in there. Like you hear Johnny talk about it, there's a whole ecosystem back there.
Like, how does shad get in there? What?
Just
like Florida makes no sense. Florida really makes no sense. Like there's probably tigers there.
I think it has to do with the birds too. A lot of the seabirds, the pelicans, and the seagulls and stuff, because they eat a lot of the freshwater bait, and you know, just the natural cycle of life with the poop and
sure. I mean, you always hear the story about a duck swimming through some like eggs and they're catching their feet. They land in the next pond. I mean, shad are free spawners, but maybe there was a shad with some roe, man. Popped them in, you know. I mean, who the hell knows? That's so crazy. Shad. You would never expect shad to be in a little tiny place like that. That blows my mind.
Listen, I had to walk away for a little bit. Did you guys discuss this? I heard like there was it must have been near the highway, right?
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Oh. I mean, we're not, you know.
There's water on next to every highway.
Allegedly. Court terms. Court terms.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they walk through the woods.
Why does everyone keep saying Russians on here?
Yeah, I just gotta just gonna keep coming. Everyone thinks I'm FPS Russia, like from like the last.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what FPS means.
Neither do I.
So back in like 2010, when we were kids, and the video game Call of Duty was really big, he was this guy from Georgia who just had access to all these insane weapons. And he would shoot them in videos, but everyone thought he was Russian because he would have this Russian accent, and his name was FPS Russia. And then eventually he had to stop making videos because the feds like seized all of his guns. It was just a whole thing.
So he's been gone for like 8 years, and then this video came out of us, and so it got viral within the fishing community. But this
thing Call of Duty reference, that's so crazy.
People started conspiracizing, if that's a word, that I'm FPS Russia back from the dead. So here we are. Like,
is he dead now?
I don't know.
No, he's in jail. He's in federal prison.
No, he's not.
Is he out?
No, he's on a podcast now.
Oh,
yeah, he's on a podcast right now.
No, he's alive. They know he's alive. Yeah.
Okay. Gee.
Oh no, the aliens. Oh, we're back.
He streams from jail.
Okay.
Yeah. He still makes videos from jail. But yeah, no, I mean that was an overwhelming comment in the comments.
Yeah,
section.
everyone thinks I'm FPS Russia. Help the video get around.
That's so crazy, man. Because I'm like clueless. I don't play Call of Duty, and my son did. I think the one time I tried to play it, I kind of got stuck in this courtyard with butterflies, and I couldn't get out. All I did was just shoot in the courtyard.
So
nobody.
I'm really good at Contra, up, left, right, A, B, select, start, or something. And I'm really good at maybe you guys didn't
Dropping
get that.
bombs. No, I
The
didn't.
younger crowd didn't get that. And GoldenEye. Remember GoldenEye?
The golf game?
We're just old enough for Golden.
Was that on Sega?
64.
No, that was like that was a Nintendo after the regular, or no, not Super Nintendo, the next one.
64.
Yes.
Yeah. GoldenEye is the shit. GoldenEye is awesome.
It is, wasn't it?
What was it?
James
You walk
Bond.
around in like a tunnel and different things, and you shoot people, man.
Mango got a laugh. He thought it was
Everyone.
well, golden tea. Wasn't there a golden tea? Help me, somebody, man. Help me.
That's when you're drunk in the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
That's golf.
Yeah, golden tea. I don't fucking know.
Golden. Anyways, how did we start talking about video games?
Well, because FPS Russia.
I'm not a gamer.
Neither are we.
No,
definitely not.
We don't have a TV. We really don't.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe on another stream we'll tell you why.
Okay. They know why. They're awake, Eric. Don't let them fool you.
I know Eric's awake, but he's not maybe to the level of awakeness you are. So just remember this. You got 17 years to do everything you want to do with ULO.
And
Get
then the
busy.
world is gone, just like it is every 138 years. Reset. Anyways, we're not going there again. I'm sorry.
Yo, but Travis, like for real, bro. Like, were the cities even populated in 1850? Like,
No, you know that. You know why there's
I know all about it, dude. Come on, bro.
San Francisco was there before the gold rush.
You got a brother. You got a brother in it.
I know.
It's being suppressed, dude.
Travis, you finally found somebody. Travis, you
Hold
found
on
somebody. What do you?
Go ahead, Russian.
Russian.
Go ahead, Russian.
He
You want
called
me to
you
go
Russian.
ahead with this?
He called you Russian.
It's like, dude, like when I found that out, man. No, we're pretty on to it. Like, we could start off real light and just talk about, like, we spend a lot of time outside. When we moved to Florida, the number of UFOs that we started seeing in the sky, like, it is stupid. And I know, like, people know Eric, and, like, therefore they know what our habits may be from time to time out on the water. But, like, I promise you, these UFOs are there. They are there.
Well, wait a minute. Travis, I really do want you to tell the story because, look, I know you're serious when you tell it. This is not Travis has had an experience where he was teleported with a buddy in a car to someplace else on the planet. Listen, this is he means it.
No,
he means it when he tells it.
I've been teleported before. I've been driving down the road and end up 2 hours away, and we have no idea how we got there. But what I want to say is, listen, I know there's a lot of
wait, don't just gloss
that
over
was really glossed over.
Tell the story,
please.
Right. My buddy and I, Kevin, we got up early. We're driving to Lake Ontario, and for some reason, it was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. It was a 5-hour drive, and 3 hours in, we don't know what happened because we kind of zoned out and we looked at each other and we said at the same time, like, where are we? And the sun was just coming up. Like, we kept driving another hour because I thought I was on a highway on 81, but I wasn't. And the sun came up, was just getting bright. And I looked to my left, and there's literally Cayuga Lake was on my left. That was 2 hours off of our route to go north. And we cannot explain it to this day how we ended up right there. And I would know. You know what I mean? Like,
are you into the missing 411 stuff?
I know all about the 411 stuff. That's portals, though. That's another dimension of our reality, grabbing these people, but you don't understand why. This is why. And it's not real, it's not dimensions, but it's technology. Those people that are grabbing those people are from underground. They live under where we live now. Their civilization's underground, and that's who's grabbing it. It's not UFOs or any of that stuff. It's underground. Most of those UFOs you see in the sky, they're coming from the bodies of water there. They're coming from underwater. They're not from space. This is a simulation up there. None of that is real. There is no space in what we're in right now.
Right. So I just want to know, when you went over that mat, did you feel it rise up as if a spaceship was under you, Kai? I saw it. You need to watch the video again. I think they're like when you were kayaking down the grass, did you feel it go up? You might have thought it was going down, but I saw it lift up.
You know, Eric, we've stumbled across a few portals in our day.
Come on, man.
I think that's how you would describe those places that Travis was talking about.
Yeah,
Some of these bodies of water, I think they lead
be
to places
portals
that everybody can't go. You know
have you guys watched the movie 1899 on Netflix? It's in German.
No.
But man, if you're into what you're talking about, and I know you guys believe it, and I know Travis believes it, call me the doubting Thomas of the Bible. Anyway, what an incredible film it is. It's a series, and very moving and fascinating. But I liked it. So I liked it.
I will say the whole thing with like where you.
Oh no! Sorry. It's called Dark. 1899's off Netflix because nobody could finish it. Dark is what I want you to watch. Dark. Well, not when you get it.
Yeah, but the portal stuff. You know, however you want to view it and believe in it. The one thing I'll say from a fishing perspective is like if you're kind of open to things not really making total sense, and you're into the idea of, you know, maybe transcending what like typical science would tell you is possible. Because I'll tell you, like growing up in high school, I didn't catch a lot of big fish for like the majority of my life because I would go online and I'd Google things and I thought those were the answers. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess there aren't any 20-pound brown trout in New York, or I guess there aren't, you know, fucking giant fish everywhere in your, like there are giant fish everywhere. People bitch about where they live and it pisses me off. So I'm like, dude, there's a giant something there. And like, once you start being open-minded to this idea that like, I mean, also we fish with this guy, Drag Running Junkie, and he catches the biggest fish in Miami. I mean, like if check his page out, it's giant. And Kai and I went fishing with him one night. And like he's pretty stringent about fishing with people for free, honestly. Like he's like a guy. Like that's what he does for a living. And he's like, I want to teach you guys a few things. So we go out with him and we're like, give us like your number one piece of fishing advice. He goes, I go out, I put my rod down on the ground, and I pray to God he tells me where to catch the fish. And that he was dead serious. And this man catches the biggest fish in any water. And like, honestly, ever since we started taking that approach, I would say our fishing lives have kind of changed. And like,
hey man,
that's kind of like at the end of the day, it sounds a little pseudo, but it's real. It's real.
I think there's something to it, like in life, and you know, the energy that you throw out is what you get back. And I think we can all agree on that, man. You know, good things will come to you if you're throwing out positive vibes. And, you know, if you're on the flip side of that coin, man, it probably won't happen for you, man. I've watched it in business and personal life and coaching and everything, man. What the fuck are we fishing or tripping, Jeff?
Whoa. Dude, we're catching big ones up.
Exactly. Hey, what's that guy's page, E? The guy that Johnny, the guy you were just talking about in Florida.
Drag Running Junkie. Shout out Drag.
Captain Boris.
Drag Running Junkie. God, I love the name. I'm following him right now. I'm gonna hit him up.
Man, his story is dope. It's dope. That's my brother.
What?
Not my real brother, but
no, I got you. I know what you mean. I'm hip to that.
So what's your
Junkie? There he is, Captain Pete, BJ Moore.
As you gear up for the spawn, like, are you going to try to break your PBs or what? I mean, I know you already did recently, but the goal's got to be set higher now, right?
Yeah. The envelope has been raised. Listen, the bar has been raised. So
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I want to do an award tonight. I've never done one on the show, but Kai, you get my first ever live stream award. And I think I got an award for ULO too, E, and this is for you and Johnny. And I'll have to think about what's in the pack, but it will come with me from the Bass Lab directly to your hands. But this is the representation of it, man. It's the She Thick Award by Goody Wolf, man. You get my she thick.
Okay.
And I think just because I see the journey that y'all have taken as Uncle Larry's, I'm bestowing upon you 3. My Keep On Grinding award. There it is, man. Wow. Keep on grinding right there, man. Keep on grinding. It comes with some sweet juice from the Bass Lab. So we'll talk offline. You let me know. You see me, look behind me. I got like magic in the room. And if there's something that you've been craving for that you think would add to what you throw, it would really it would give me a lot of pleasure to see you guys put it to work.
Some of these comments are freaking so funny.
John D, man, it's on the Bass Lab, man. You can just slap it right on it, man. Put a sticker on that thing, brother. She thick.
Oh wow, she thick.
I'm trying. Hey, are you guys gonna be at the Classic this year?
Yes, we will.
Oh yeah, no, we don't miss. We don't miss.
Never miss.
So, Johnny, your interviews at the Classic were literally hysterical.
Oh, man.
I
wish I could find that one clip.
We'll be back this year. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna do it pretty professional. Eric's got the nice camera. We got the nice mics. So everything's gonna be professional about it, but our behavior.
Well, that's awesome. That's
are you guys both gonna be there this year?
I'm going.
All right. There we go.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you gotta answer that. You gotta answer Gerard.
It's fun. I mean, we go hard. I've definitely run into you guys at some point at night for sure, somewhere.
It always seems to happen. Travis, you always seem like you're going places, though, man. Like you're always on a mission. You know what I mean? Like I can never just like sit you down and have 5 minutes to chat at the bar. You know, you're always like scoping.
Nah, he got to go. He's skulking around, man. He's like a slinky.
Yeah, he's on the move. What did Brian used to call Travis? He used to say you were Dracula. You didn't sleep. he said you would sleep. Like he would look, point his camera up at the ceiling and be like, "That's where you're gonna perch tonight."
When I rolled into Tennessee Classic, Travis looked at me with a straight face and he goes, "I haven't slept in 36 hours. I think I'm dying."
Because I felt like my heart was racing.
What do you mean with like all the caffeine you were drinking to stay awake?
No, nothing. Yeah. And I don't do cocaine or any of that stuff I'm accused of. I do nothing.
Allegedly.
No, somebody this week asked if I did cocaine. I had to defend myself again. I'm getting sick of it. I don't need drugs to do what I do.
That's all Brian right there. That's Brian's doing for sure.
I wouldn't even know what to do. If someone gave me a freaking bag of cocaine, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Sell it.
Flip that.
Buy some new curtains, bro.
That tungsten's expensive.
Yeah, they were tearing you up about those Ukraine curtains, Travis.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whew.
Well.
So MJ goes just pure upstate crystal meth. Is that better than cocaine?
You're asking us?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm asking the boys, Eric.
You shopped on a farm of that place that had all those Yeti coolers, Travis.
Oh, that's right.
He was
only natural remedies.
Guys, what's the craziest what's some craziest stuff you run across out there on your adventures? Have you seen some interesting things, like anything that stands out in your mind as far as just, it could be anything, a crazy creature, somebody freaking.
Oh man,
yeah, we've seen a lot of crazy stuff.
Man, you just opened up a treasure trove.
I gotta get some more water.
Yeah.
What did you find?
I don't know. So we could.
I'll be back.
We could go light first. I mean, so we could talk about the giant 400-pound boars we've been seeing.
Oh yeah.
We could talk about the gator named Harold. Who literally has a name because he's 13, 14 feet long. That's one side of it, right? And then there's the other side.
Yeah. Which then there's the side that we already tapped into. But let's like the nature stuff. We've been fishing for like these inshore redfish and snook and tarpon. But the crazy thing about where we're fishing for them is for some reason there's a lot of gators there too. And these aren't like normal Florida gators. These are like borderline state record.
Good God.
13-foot gators.
Yeah, they're completely wild and barely any human contact, if any. So you just kind of get a different feeling when you're around those, especially in the kayaks, and especially this time of year, which is gator mating season, or the beginning of gator mating season. They've been away for the last few months. Now we've had some nice, warm, sunny days in Florida. They're beginning to emerge. They're beginning to make their mating calls, which is pretty much the scariest thing you've ever heard in your life when it's 5 feet from you in a mangrove line. So, yeah, they're interesting, man. But I respect them. I have a lot of respect for the alligator.
Sure. Have you ever had an encounter where you like thought maybe someone's going to take a shot at you?
A person or an alligator?
Both.
Both.
Now that you asked, both.
People more than gators.
We've been shot at. And,
what? Whoa! Wait a minute! Whoa! Really? What? Stop the presses! Back at the bus up! What?
No, that's just Florida life. We don't do it anymore. You know.
Okay.
We're totally legal now, but you see the sign, and you know that comes with its consequences.
Yeah.
And we did have a gator literally chase down Eric's tracker and almost try and board it from the back, because we came around a bend on a river, and it was like very territorial river, and it was like a 10-foot gator. We've seen bigger, but it was big, and it growled at us. It splashed to like scare us off.
Yeah.
But the current was pulling us around it, and this thing swam up behind the boat and was like coming at us for a good second. I've had a different perception of gators ever since.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing about them is a lot of Florida locals will tell you, oh, they're scared of people. They're scared of people. They'll never go near you unless it's mating season. You can walk right up to them. And yeah, that's true for 99% of the time from what we've encountered so far. But we say this all the time. At the end of the day, they're prehistoric reptiles. You don't know what they're going to do. Like, you have no idea what to predict. It seems like they play by their rules, and they are the apex of that environment. So it's just interesting being around something like that so much now. When, you know, growing up in New Jersey, it's like, what are you going to worry about?
We grew up in a place where like you trespass, and like if the locals if like the owner tells you to leave, you just say no, and like that's it. Like it's easy. You just kind of dominate them. But down here, the people don't. They don't play. They play by their own rules, and we gotta respect that.
The people in theaters, yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Chris Birch says, "Ask Eric his desert story being shot at."
Oh man, dude.
Before you,
dude, I was almost out of here.
There's a lot of there's a lot of
anaconda.
There's a lot of anglers that have been shot at.
Sure, it's true.
This wasn't fishing related at all.
I've been shot at. I don't know if I shared that story on the Arkansas River. I don't know if I ever told you that.
No, you didn't tell me. No.
What happened?
There was a pontoon boat of hillbillies having a good time.
What'd you just say?
Hillbillies.
Okay.
You know, like a big fat white guy with overalls and no shirt.
No.
Yeah, I got a picture.
You know what I'm saying? On the pontoon. Not a fancy pontoon. Anyways, they had a few drinks. I buzzed by them about 25 miles an hour. I was unfamiliar. I was fishing, practicing for an Elite Series event. And they got about 50 yards past. And I'm not saying they shot at me, but they yelled at me as I was going by them. And then gunshots rang out within 20 seconds. And I looked behind me. I showed no fear, by the way. It's not like I had to yell there. I basically stopped and started fucking following them. And I pretended I was on the phone, like calling 911 or something. But yeah, that's as far as it went. Like, I don't know if they could have been shooting straight up in the air for all I know, but I definitely heard the gunshots from that pontoon as I went past them after they yelled at me. So who knows?
If you're not getting shot at, you're not fishing hard enough. It's kind of
right.
But a message from Uncle Larry Outdoors.
So tell us the desert story, Eric. We didn't mean to cut you off.
That wasn't fishing related at all, but I'll try to keep it as brief as I can, partly because I try to literally just block this out of my memory indefinitely at this point. But it's hard. It still comes up from time to time when I'm like walking home from a place or whatever. So I do freelance film work, and one of my main clients is a baseball team called the East Coast Lumberjacks. They're a nationally recognized high school program that gets kids in schools, and had a great time working with them. And they do tournaments all over the country. So one of these happened to be in Arizona. That's where I'm at. And it's the last day that we're filming there. So the day's over and we're staying in this Airbnb. Pretty nice house. You know, there was nice houses around it. And that's like part of the story because, you know, you think like, what's going to go wrong here?
Sure.
I've never been to Arizona before, but let me tell you, it's a place, especially where I was. A lot of characters around there. And last night I was outside of my Airbnb, you know, just rolling up, enjoying myself, decompressing, which I do every night after filming and editing. And I'm sitting under a street light across the street to see what I'm doing. And out of my left side peripherals, I'm doing my thing. I see two figures on bikes approaching me. So I don't really think anything of it. Continue to do my thing until I look up and they're riding right in front of me. And immediately, you know, it's like a square peg in a round hole situation. I know that like these two just do not belong and they're most certainly not up to any good. They have masks over their face. They're wearing baseball caps and they have backpacks on. It's like basically it's like the Columbine shooter vibe is what I get from these two immediately. So I'm like, all right, well, they're like either on their way to rob a convenience store or someone's house, but I'm just doing my thing. I don't see them. They don't see me. I'm live and let live at this point. I don't want no problems. I'm not armed. I'm out in the middle of Arizona. I have no idea where I am. So I look up again and they've ridden behind me is a park with no lights, with some like a little playground and then a big open field that's kind of like a valley. Pretty much picture a big retention pond with no water in it. Just
yeah.
Field. So that's what this is behind me. No lights. And they go down one of the sides of the park, like off wherever. I don't know where they're gone though. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I walk into the park because that's where I've been hanging out at night. You know, I got the music going. And the crazy thing about it for me was I wasn't just wearing like normal Apple headphones. I was wearing like these Beats headphones that I used to edit on. And they're like very much noise canceling headphones. So I'm in my zone. I'm listening to music and I'm smoking. I'm about a quarter way through. I'm sitting down on this curb at the edge of the retention pond thing. And I just get this feeling like just from being outside so much, being in nature, I feel like that truly has heightened my sense of just general awareness. So I get this feeling. I remember very distinctly getting this weird feeling before I heard anything. And then all of a sudden through my right side headphone, I hear something like I can't quite make out what it is. In hindsight, it was them pulling up on me on their bikes. So everything I'm about to tell you, by the way, this part happened in like maybe 2 seconds. You know, it all happened very fast, but it felt like an eternity. So I turn to my right. I see that about maybe 10 yards from me on my side profile are two silhouettes. I immediately register that, oh, these are the two dudes that I saw earlier. This is not good. I'm about to get jumped for my, $20 I have on me. You know, like I don't even know what's about to happen, right? So I look over, I see them. And as I'm trying to make out their silhouettes, I see that the shorter one of the two is aiming something at me, just like this. And as soon as I turn around and see that and notice that, boom, first shot goes off. Fucking loud as shit, flash, everything. And doesn't hit me, obviously, because I'm here talking to you. Then the next 5 seconds is complete blackout. I'm running through this field, just going as fast as I possibly can. I'm hearing gunshots go off behind me.
What the fuck?
I'm tripping over myself. Yeah. And I get out of that field, literally like dive back into the house. The pitching coach that was in the back, and the house is probably 100 yards or so away from where I was at. The pitching coach comes running out of the back. He's freaking out. So he had the TV on loud in the house, in the back of the house. And he's like, he comes running in like, what the fuck? I just heard fucking gunshots. I'm also with another person in the house. Is one of the dads from the team. He's like a former Long Island cop. So he's obviously like, he's fucking freaking out. He's like asking me what's going on. I can't even like express words, like what even happened. I finally get it out. He calls the cops and, you know, they come over and it was crazy because he's talking to these cops and he's like, I just don't understand. You know, this seems like such a good neighborhood. Like, I can't believe like that would be happening. And he explains to him that while, you know, these houses are nice with these contracts of these communities that are being built around here, in the contracts it states there has to be at least 20% affordable housing, like apartments and projects, things like that. So he said like right down the road from where you guys are at is like a really, really bad apartment complex with guns and drugs and violence and all that stuff. So yeah, you know, saying it's just I would say more than anything, it's just a reminder to everyone that tomorrow is not promised. My world collided with these two people's worlds for absolutely no reason other than you know, there's a certain aspect of life that it just seems like we can't control, no matter you know how much we pray or what we try and do, and how much of a good person we are, because we all know that bad things, unfortunately, in this world happen to great people. It seems like that happens more often than not, actually. So just a reminder to be grateful. And, you know, that was an important moment for me because it just reminded me how awesome it was that this is the path I chose. And I'm sitting here with these two working on our own brand and trying to build something real for ourselves, because if it was to all end right there, at the very least, it would have been like, you know what, at least I didn't not listen to myself and go down the conventional path that I knew I didn't want to do and things of that nature. So, you know,
right on, man.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that was an absolutely. It's funny because it's like it just was like what the whole ordeal from the first shot to being in the house was like.
What do you think they wanted? Why?
So they said it could have been a few things. It could have been a gang initiation deal, obviously.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, though, right? And I feel like it's definitely fucked up because we're so desensitized to everything now. But it was funny, like I started to see in headlines. I don't know if I was searching. I don't search for. I don't watch the news or anything.
Right.
But I started to see things come up. Like I remember right after that, like a week, 15-year-old kid shot and killed 4 people in North Carolina for no reason, like moms walking their dogs on a nature trail for no reason. And then I would see random person kills people, blah, blah, blah. Like there's just a lot of crazy motherfuckers out there, especially in Arizona. And yeah, that's an unfortunate problem of where we're at in life right now is we have seen create some real soulless demons running around out there, and they're wreaking havoc for sure. So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you know, carry a gun, blah, 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 but
right.
I'm saying don't, because it's not easy out there right now for sure to just walk around and do your daily, like you think about Buffalo, like 10 people killed in the supermarket or however many it was. It's like,
I'm sorry, I got to put this comment up. It deserves it.
How am I going to disagree with that, though? You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I
smoke dope.
Yeah, but
why did you say dope though? We ain't smoking dope. That was weird.
You could tell that's an old head right there. Smoking dope in there. But yeah, no, the best part of that story though was that after I dove back into the house, I looked down at my hand, and my dope smoking device was.
I was thinking the same. I was thinking the same thing.
I had a great night. You know, I didn't let those two ruin my night.
That's right. I love it. I love it, E.
Oh,
but that is that's a good reminder, man, that tomorrow's not promised, man. So
don't go to a park that's not lit with noise canceling headphones on, even whether you're smoking or not.
Well, he didn't know there was Section 8 housing down the
hill.
Listen,
I was there all week, and there was like kids playing on the playground, and like it wasn't a park. It was one little grassy area right across from this Airbnb, like $1 million looking house. So, you know, it's not like I'm fucking rolling up to Ybor City at 3 a.m. with noise canceling playing L in the middle of the street. Like I'm not, you know, it was situational. But I know what you're saying as well, and trust me, I'm very much not doing things like that anymore.
Yeah.
Hey man, it wasn't your time, E. It wasn't your time. Just like when it's your time to win, you're gonna win. When it's your time to die, it's your time to die.
During the daylight and pick up the cases. That's what I was.
No, there were no shell cases, and my theory on that is he was using a revolver, which doesn't spit the shell cases. Yeah.
I gotta bring the Russian.
I would have been.
If I had FPS Russia with me, it wouldn't have been a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You would have fucking put him down.
So Travis would have gone back there like right at dusk, and the guy would have shot him that time. And would, right. So you go for your search, man. Come on now.
Yeah. No, I wasn't.
Who cares?
I wasn't searching.
Crazy, man.
Hey,
crazy.
What was the song you would have died to?
Oh my god, it's so stupid,
Wow.
dude. It was like Coke rap, you know. It was like Rock Marciano. You don't even know who that is. It was like
I don't.
it's about like selling bricks and doing all this stuff that those two were probably doing.
Oh no, that's the crazy. That would be ironic.
Yeah, that's the craziest part, right? And guess what? You would think that event.
What
would
the
make me
hell?
love that type of music and like not want to listen to it anymore. It actually made me love it more for some reason.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Travis, have you seen a Bigfoot before?
I have not.
A what?
Bigfoot.
A Sasquatch.
No, Bigfoot.
No, definitely know that the phenomenon's real for people that believe in it. And here's why. Because if you believe in it, you want to see it, the universe will give it to you. Now, you're not going to be able to prove it. It's an interdimensional thing as well, and it's there. If you believe in it, you have the potential to see it.
I don't think none of us have personally had a face-to-face encounter with that, but we all have some friends that very reliable people. Like someone, they're not just going to spew you nonsense. They have no reason to. And we have some friends that have had some really interesting encounters. Let's just say that they've explained to us in detail. And it's not. You know why it's not hard for me to believe? And we've seen crazy stuff that's one reason why it's not hard for me to believe. But another is the places that we're going to fish, especially in the ULO lifestyle and what we try and do. It's like you don't even realize how few people are actually going out to these places, like especially our generation. Like everyone's in the city, everyone's doing this. There's so few people that are really visiting these places. So and they're so fast too that to me it's not hard to believe. And then the interdimensional part.
I've never had an experience, but I know somebody who had, I know two people, but the last story I heard was last year, and I don't think he would mind me saying this, and we might have talked about on the live in the past. Did you hear
it, Travis?
Matt from BTL.
Oh, Pangrag.
What did he see? Story?
On the Halloween special?
No. So I don't think he would mind if I say this, so I'm just going to give you the brief scenario.
Because he pulled your chain one time and we were going pretty good.
I know that, but he wouldn't.
I mean, I think he even welled up a little bit and got misty for us. He started crying a little bit and it was good.
This is a serious story, Eric, that he told.
Okay, I'm just checking, man, because now I doubt him.
He was traveling with his boat, I believe, somewhere on the highway, and he looked and saw what he thought was a big animal dead on the road coming up in the median. Yep. And his first thought was it was a bear.
Yeah.
But as he drove past it extremely quick, it was way larger than the bear. But you know how you're doing 70, right?
He didn't slow down for the bear in the median?
It was dead alongside the road, but he just saw it. And he was like, what the hell is that?
Right.
Well, what's his name behind them?
Yeah.
Like by 40 minutes behind them was going down the same way. By the time he got there, it wasn't police cars. It was government black SUVs taking this thing and getting it off the highway. So
I'm sorry. I'm smiling because it feels like knowing you very well.
You can call Matt up. This is a true story. You can call him up right now. And he'd be like, yeah.
I think
I will call me about it.
Travis,
I'm not crazy. He's like, can you explain this?
Scully, get it together, man. I know you believe. Now get it together, Scully. Moeller, Scully, X-Files.
Yeah.
Anyway,
a lot of predictive programming in the X-Files.
Travis, I don't know, man. Pangrak's he's a fooler, man. I'm still down him a little bit.
I had a guy. I can't remember his name. Oh, I think it was a friend of mine. He was telling me the story. Oh, yeah, it was. He was driving right up here in Jefferson County, and right in the middle of the road, he looked to his left as he was coming, and he saw what a creature. He said it. Now, this isn't a Bigfoot, but he said it was a freaking creature on its hind legs walking down the middle of the road that looked kind of part werewolf, coyote.
Skinwalker. It's a skinwalker.
You saw a skinwalker?
He did.
Flames, dude. He said he freaked the fuck out. Didn't
Said
even
more like
care.
a wolf?
Standing right there in the middle of the road on his hind feet.
We don't mess with the skinwalkers.
What is a skinwalker? I always thought a skinwalker was like a ghost or an apparition. What's your definition of a skinwalker?
Well, from what I've heard from the native stories, a skinwalker is like a witch doctor that has done a ritual. They've had to kill someone in their family, so a sister or cousin, like they have to be the same blood as them. So
Say
they
what?
kill them, and they do this ritual, and then to whatever entities that they are praying to and trying to get the power from. And then they are able to basically transform or morph into these like animal-like creatures. They usually resemble wolves or dogs or
excuse me for a second.
They can choose what they want to be.
Shifters, right?
Oh, we lost Eric. Oh no! Oh no! There he is.
I'd take care of the skinwalker.
So they shapeshift.
He lives in the 4th room back there.
It was actually really bad when Kai and I found out, because like we became friends through fishing. But then when like I found out he was nuts and he found out I was nuts, like
it's great.
And you can imagine the moment I found out Travis was nuts during the pandemic.
Isn't it awesome
and
when
I
you
fucking
find
grabbed
out
my head.
and you have that bond where other people are on your same frequency at all and they have no freaking clue what this reality is?
So I've been all about like our new motto is like we want to fish the firmament, like we want to make it to the edge, and we want to jig the ice walls.
Oh you guys are flat earthers too. It's like this whole conversation.
Well,
movies
Well,
that I've seen.
it's not just flat earthers. Ask General Byrd. Ask General Byrd what he found in the 50s and 60s.
General Iceberg?
No, General Admiral Byrd. And he went through
I thought you were talking about the iceberg.
Yeah, it's suppressed. The Smithsonian
Admiral
wasn't
Byrd
talking about it.
Operation High Jump. Go look it up, kids. That's good history.
Yeah, it's real history, Eric. What you don't get is the book said our kids and what we were brought up on is not accurate. Our history.
It was written by Dr. Seuss.
Book burning, cover-ups.
No, like I started thinking back to my teachers who were teaching me, and then I look at you, Travis. I'm like, well, who's more trustworthy?
That's right. Yes. I thought Mrs. Quant was very trustworthy, but she's doing exactly what Western medicine doctors do right now. They get trained, they get taught, and they get their curriculum, and that's what they talk about. And that's what they do. That's how they prescribe.
Have you converted your wife to the Eastern side yet?
No,
because she's a Western medicine doctor, right?
By Western medicine.
That's got to be frustrating.
Yo, there's a lot of non-believers in the comments, man.
Oh, there is.
You guys gotta go fish the firmament.
No, like
what are you doing?
For all the non-believers, we're gonna start doing some guided trips this year. Like we're gonna come down. We'll show you.
Travis will be your first customer.
Yes, like
Travis, book a trip now. They could show you a lot.
Listen,
listen. You gotta scream all that.
Listen, Epic Eric does it. Listen, he
what?
When we talk, he
lay it on me, Travis. Do I open my mind?
I know.
Do I open my mind?
And he doesn't.
No.
He's open to the concept, but he doesn't want to admit it.
No, I say I'm open to it, and I listen to your podcast and I listen to your information. And here's the challenge I have: when I ask you questions,
it's hard for me to regurgitate.
You break down, you fall short, and so your research only takes you so far, and then the questions come. So it's kind of like religion. You have to believe. It's something called faith, imagination, right? Religion, right, is the same thing.
Yeah.
If people can't see it, touch it, feel it, experience it, right? You have to believe it, and it's like faith. And so just like I rejected religion in my life because it took faith, right? I would call myself a spiritualist, right?
Yeah.
I believe there's something else out there. At least I want to believe, right? I want to believe there's something more to this life, right? Yeah, but I don't subscribe to the modern philosophy of, being a Catholic or an Episcopalian or, whatever your flavor is of religion. And for a lot of reasons that we've discussed at length, as you play me the X99 report and I'm just saying, I mean, you have your flavors that you listen to, you're a consumer, you consume all of this media, and at this point right now in your life, because you haven't seen any of it, it is just thoughts and ideas.
So disappointed in the halftime show last night. I thought it was halftime.
I can fairly say I painted walls, didn't even know a football game was going on, don't even know who won, and don't care.
Yeah, but they were going to do disclosure at halftime, Travis. That's why I was in. I was like,
right.
to the TV. I was like, it's happening. We shot
Remember when they did the fake? Remember when they did the halftime show with the COVID stuff happening? And prior, you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Are you talking about the 2012 Olympics in England when they?
That's what I'm talking about. The tease.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
You watch that. You will understand that the world is controlled.
No,
here's what I'm gonna say to you. What
is like just if you just scroll through like the gram, for the young ones at home, just check how big these fish we're catching. They're so big, and it's not like there's a lot of people catching fish this big. So I'm like, fuck, man, we must be on to something because.
Oh man, I hear what you're laying down out there, man. But you know what? The question I always ask myself is, if I spent all this time listening to that, indoctrinating myself, filling my brain with all those ideas, what would I do different with my life?
A lot.
And here's the question I come up with, because I ask you the same question, and what have you done differently other than consume more of it? And the answer I get is nothing. True. And so I like activism. Personally, if I care about something, right? And believe me, I love the mystery of what you're talking about. It's fascinating to hear your stories. I love the movie, the fiction, or maybe it's reality. Because, but wait. Hold on for a second. I don't know that you sat through 1899, but I sat through it. I watched Dark twice because I found it incredible. And believe me, there's a little smidgen of me that goes, wow, is there a portal? Can I time travel?
If you saw
I could,
would this change your viewpoint?
I'd fucking get back on this stream and go, holy shit, Travis, you were right. But I ain't seen a motherfucking Bigfoot. I don't give a fuck. And listen, I can either go down to the Harris Chain of Lakes and go fucking fishing, or go search for something that maybe I'll see, or die trying. Fuck that. I'm going to go catch some big fish at Harris Chain.
Yeah. That's
what I'm gonna do.
Catch big fish, Like,
look, there's 24 hours in a day. I got like
I got like
7.
Go fishing more. Like,
right.
What we do different.
That is our activism, Eric. When we started to come to this awakening during the pandemic, when we started to see through the veil, we said, you know what? We got to do something.
We got to fish more.
I got to spend the rest of my life catching giants.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Because do I want to listen to that noise, whether it's on the left, right, or odd? No. Look, I'll get my little fix of suspending my disbelief, getting away from the cold reality, or whatever story or whatever vibrations out there, or whatever portion of the media that wants to try to talk to me and infiltrate my brain. I want to turn that all off. Yeah. And I want to connect with what I can feel. Like I can pick this fucking spinnerbait up and go, I want to try that. I want to be down in the bass lab making some shit. I want to go out and throw my shaky jig worm and experience water.
You do it, Eric.
You're damn right I do, because that's what I'm after.
Your passion, and just because you don't believe the same way we do, we still love you. So thank you.
Dude, it's all good, man.
Thank you.
Look, dude, listen. It's not like you're listening to me. Here's the ride up to New York with Travis. 8 hours, right? Or 5 hours, or wherever we're driving to. Yeah. Travis is wanting to listen to all his stuff, including his music, trying to get me to like country music. I'll never like country music. Anyway, but I listen and I ask questions. But do you think Travis asked me any questions? Nah, man, it doesn't go both ways. And so I respect you for not asking the questions because you're just not interested in what I'm thinking, and that's cool. All you're interested in is getting me to think the way you do. And so that feels like you're preaching to me.
Got it.
And I don't respond well to preachers.
That's right.
Right. Like that would be like preach and believe and think and see what I do. And that's like politics. And so whether it's a country club view or this view or that view, all I'm in tune with right now, bro, is spending the rest of my days in this simulation on the real planet Earth, the flat Earth, the round Earth,
whatever it is,
whatever the fuck it is. I don't fucking care because I know what I feel when I get on a boat. I know what I feel when I get on the water.
Yeah,
I know what I feel when I have these three guys on the show.
I'll tell you what you don't feel. You don't feel spinning at 6,000 miles per hour. You don't feel that.
I don't care.
If you look out over the that, you don't see the freaking fisheye. You see a flat horizon. That's what you feel and see, bro.
Hey, Travis, I don't care. Here's why. Because you know what? Hey, Travis, I don't care if it's flat, round, semicircle, this, that. I'm up here, you're down there. No gravity. It doesn't matter to me because guess what? I can feel the earth. Whatever it is, it's all good. I don't really care about the mystery of any of it other than experiencing it the way it is today.
And that's why you're creating all these amazing things in your life, dude, because you got it. You are not part of the collective, and I love you for that. And you don't even know it. I love you, man.
All right, you told me that, you know, when I was in
Because I'll tell you, there's a high and a low to this, Eric, and like you spoke a lot on like the potential negatives, and like I'll tell you what like 7 months of my life were when I first started reading about this stuff. Was like 5 days a week would be on a mattress on the floor with like unwashed sheets, just like ripping a vape, watching Alex Jones.
I got 30 minutes of him on a boat with Travis. Made me want to kill myself.
Because then you get to day 6 and you're like, guys, I'm going to the Keys. And like you go to the Keys for 6 days. And then once you're like we would sleep in a dog park in the Keys because like that's just what we were doing. And like you can only last so long in the dog park. And then it's right back to the AJ. And it's like there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a like you said though, you get to the point where it doesn't fucking matter. Like what can I do? I love to fish. I'm here. I'm fishing.
Right.
That's ultimately what we're about. Like we just love it like that, man. Like we're just so pumped to share with anyone who loves it like that.
Man, I'm all about it, man. I can't wait to share that experience, man. Thank you. Who? What is Travis talking? Where'd he go? He just spun out, man. But yeah, he
about shad wraps and KVD.
He played me some AJ. We're in New York. He really wanted to get on the road, and I wanted to fish a little bit. I wanted to crank this section of rip rap.
And so I didn't play Alex Jones. I played it one time for 20 minutes. I am not.
Whoa! You were.
I gotta get my battery charger.
No, you love this. Supplements, colloidal silver.
I promise you too. We all told ourselves like, "Yo, we're gonna focus up tonight. Like, we're not gonna set Travis. That's on us."
I know.
Listen, here's what's so cool about you guys, because I know when we talk at the classic, I know the stories we get into, and it brought back memories, and I can't wait to talk to you guys in March.
Oh, dude, we're so pumped. We're so pumped. We're so pumped.
First interview.
Oh man.
First interview.
Oh, we saw someone who wanted to talk about KVD. We don't really have much to say on KVD because we don't watch too much pro bass fishing, but we have one really great KVD story. And that's this. We're at the classic and we're doing the interviews, Eric. And you know all about the interviews.
Oh, I love them.
So we see KVD there and we're like, oh man, did we ruin his day? And like, but he's like making his money. And like, we try and like, not bother people when they're getting paid to like be with fans. We try and wait.
That makes sense. I like that, man.
That's like, all right, we try and be respectful about that before we totally blow their image later. And, and so we see KVD talking, and there's this 65-year-old guy who's just kind of standing around, almost like fanboying KVD a little bit. So we're just like, oh, let's go interview him. So we're talking to him like, hey, like, do you know Kevin? Like, because you're kind of hanging around. He's like, you know, Kevin and I, we kind of know each other. And we're like, all right, well, what do you mean you kind of know him? He's like, well, I've been a big fan of bass for like 30 years. And one day I've been a marshal for like the last 12. Like I'm like a marshal. And one year I was the marshal for KVD and I was just so excited to meet him. And he goes, and we get back to the launch and Kevin goes, hey, do you mind backing my trailer in for me? And the guy goes like, I didn't want to admit to him that I'd never backed up a trailer before. So I just said, sure. And he goes like, oh, so what happened? He's like, well, I just fucking totaled the whole thing.
No way, man.
They go, oh, did you hit it? He goes, oh, I nailed it. I nailed his boat.
Oh my God. I wonder what KVD said, man. I mean, and he was still hanging out, trying to like get close to him. KVD was probably just like.
I mean, I hope Kevin remembers him. I hope so.
Oh man,
I haven't gotten in touch with Kevin yet. He's one of the guys we haven't spoken to directly. I'd say our top.
Who's the funniest guy? Yeah, who's the top one?
Todd Otten's up there for me. I'm a huge fan. Brett Pruitt, another one. Brett Pruitt was our first ever interview.
I gotta.
So you thought we were going to say Hank Parker, Ike, or that? No. Brett
well,
Pruitt.
I definitely like Ike and Hank are great too.
Yeah.
But I'd say Todd Otten for me is my favorite.
His top. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, man. I was watching that the other night, man. I don't know why it popped up because I was on your channel. And so I'm like, oh man, I got to go back to those classic interviews, man, because those were great. I just loved it, man. It
underrated gold on the Uncle Larry's YouTube channel.
No question.
We're looking to do it bigger and better than ever and hopefully get it out there to a wider audience.
No question.
It deserves it.
So we need younger, different heroes. Oh man.
Very true, man.
Well, we have a young hero. The Jersey kid. I should know his name, bro.
Oh, Louis Minetti.
Lou Minetti, bro. Yeah, absolutely. I was praying for. Shout out to Lou Minetti, dude.
Listen.
How about me coming up with the name first? What's up, everybody? I know my shit. Man, was there anything better than his reaction, man, when he found out he was going to the Classic, man? I was fucking videotaping it, it was crazy.
Oh man, I felt it because I've known Lou since high school. Actually,
I know.
Really good friends with a buddy that I fished with a lot, Trevor Topkin. I think you've met a few times, but
right.
The biggest thing about Lou, is knowing him from that point in life and bringing it all the way to this moment that we're at present day, which is that he's fishing the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah,
he's always kept it, very Uncle Larry's. I would say,
yes,
in terms of it doesn't matter what kind of gear he's using. Doesn't matter that his boat seats are ripped up. Doesn't matter that he's got 2D in the front with no live scope. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna catch bass because that's what
man.
He's do.
I gotta tell you, man, I love it, man. I love it, man.
Yeah, we'll be rooting for him this year. It's a dream. Man. It's a dream to fish.
Shout out Lou Minetti. Lou Minetti for the Classic.
For sure.
Oh,
yeah.
He's got my vote, man. That's who I'm pulling for, man. I love an underdog story. There's nothing better in life than an underdog.
And you understand
nothing better.
You understand it even more. I know you're from Maryland, so it's similar in a way, but Jersey especially. When you come from Jersey,
oh sure, and
you make it in that realm, tournament bass realm, it's
absolutely.
The thing about people from Jersey is if you meet a bass fisherman from New Jersey, you know that they love it.
Yep,
it's not like they love it. It's great. It's the best thing ever. It's not like you're growing up down here. It's not like you're growing up in Texas. You're going out fishing for pounders.
Yeah.
And that just shows you that it's all relative.
I'm listening, guys, but my paint's getting hard too. You know what I mean?
Do your thing, bro. We got it.
What? Is he putting holy water on the wall? What's he doing?
He is.
He's backling.
I gotta run the border. And then when I paint the walls, I gotta figure out how to make that straight line across, which I'm struggling at. Guys.
Hey, listen, if you stay up long enough, the where the wall meets the ceiling will flatten out.
Okay.
Yeah, I painted the room upstairs, man, like till 4 o'clock one morning, man. I've been painting because painting. And I swear to God, I'm telling you right now, the wall and the ceiling, it just went fucking flat. The whole thing was flat like the earth. It was unbelievable to me. There was no end.
Yo, Eric, what do you want to fish for in Florida with us?
Man, something that I don't have to drag a kayak 150 yards through the woods, man.
You
After
you
3
got
knee
Eric who knows
operations.
like bass? Sure
Bro,
you
man, I've had 3 knee operations, bro. I threw the rock back in the day, man. I could rock the rock, bro. You don't even know about it, man. I gave my body up for sports, man. It's
Put it
done.
in the line.
Yeah.
No, man, I throw my whole body
Are
into
you bringing
it, all,
a
man. Just
rig?
like everything. No, I will not have a rig. So you know what? Pond fishing, man. I'll just walk the bank with you guys someplace.
We got some stuff then.
Okay, that I love pond fishing like I did when I was a kid. That's how I started. And I still do it today. When I go out, I'm testing bait sometimes. And sometimes I'm just going back to, rekindle old memories because I live where I grew up. There's still a lot of the ponds that, look, man, the snakehead was caught at my buddy's. Clinton Parks was my center when I was a quarterback growing up in junior football, right? And he was the caretaker at the pond. That's the first time I saw a DD. Ain't no question about it, man. It was an ultra pure lake. It was spring fed. Throwing a imitation giant Big O around some buckbrush. I was cranking. Dude, I stopped it right around one of those buckbrush bushes that was in the water because the water came up and was high. It was during the spring. And dude, this giant bass, like with a mouth that big, sucked that crankbait and spit it out in an instant. And I didn't have a chance to react like, what in the fuck was that? I caught some 5s in there, but nothing bigger than that. That's the biggest bass still to this day that I saw eat my bait.
Wow. What's your favorite way to catch them?
In Maryland, man, I'm a junk fisherman. I absolutely can fish finesse and I love power as well, man. So if I had to pick one way that I love to catch them, it's a crankbait. It's a crankbait. I love cranking, but I throw a spinner bait. I throw a buzz bait. I love throwing topwater, man. Is there anything more exciting than topwater bite? Come on now. Nah, man, a buzz bait. Love throwing a buzz bait, a walking bait, man, a popper, Rico, you name it, man. I love it.
Spook down here. That's
dude, I love throwing a spook.
It's funny, they react to spook differently than they do like most top waters down here.
That's amazing. So you're talking about like a super spook junior, full size spook, gunfish. I mean, Sammy.
That's saltwater head spook.
Yeah, for bass.
No, the one knocker. You guys know what's up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Man. Love them too. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
They're like a saltwater bass. I mean, they'll just crush a topwater, right? I mean,
they're like striped bass on steroids.
Yeah, much. And they jump. Don't they jump?
And they're like really intelligent too. Like they're really weird fish. Like one time Kai and I were on the East Coast and I don't know if you were there for this one, but we were at this place, this big inlet. And I one time saw this circle of like 35 to 40-inch snook. There's probably like 30 of them.
Oh my God.
And they were doing like a dance and they were all swimming in this circle around the docks. And they all jumped and did the exact same 360-degree twist and dove headfirst back into the water at the same time. And
like synchronized swimming. like synchronized snooking.
Craziest thing I've ever seen.
Man, I was down in Florida one time. I was on a business trip, right? And so everybody else was going out to, South Beach and party. And I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm going fishing. So I brought my fly rod. I was into fly fishing at the time. And I drove around, found a marina, got kicked out of the marina because the guy's like, you can't fish here, man. I'm like, look, dude, I'm just fishing. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not trying to steal nothing. Just let me fish. He goes, no, you can't fish here. And I'm like, well, look, is there anywhere to fish around here? He goes, yeah. He goes, you could try under this bridge. And then he sent me to another bridge. He goes, there's a fence, so you can't get down to the beach, but there's a catwalk that goes under the bridge. And I'm like, oh, man. And so I had my bonefish flies with me because I tie my own flies down here as well. And so I had some Clouser minnows, real shrimpy type looking for bonefish, right? Dude, the current was rolling through that bridge, and you could see the bait fish and the tarpon eating the bait fish right on the shade line. So, man, I throw my freaking Clouser out there, man, stripping it through like third or fourth cast, hook one, and I jam it with the fly rod. I go, and that motherfucker goes, whoa, boom, and it sounded like a body fell off the bridge. I'm like, oh, and I'm by myself. I must have lost 20 flies that night, but I didn't care. I had no way to land the fish. It was the experience of doing something completely new under a bridge in Florida by myself. So the next night, everybody goes back to South Beach. I tell a guy who hired a guide in Florida that night or the day before, Mary Jo Ferris's boyfriend. And I said, dude, you got to come with me to this bridge. And so he's fishing on the other side of the catwalk and we are both hooking up. Dude, he said he hooked one that was probably 150 pounds, and it sounded like somebody threw a car off the bridge and landed in the water. I hear him screaming. It was a total ULO experience, really. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I wasn't trespassing, but I felt like I was because I couldn't get to the beach. It was like, you know, I didn't really have to work hard, walk a mile. But I mean, for me, man, it was just the magic of the moment by myself. No cell phone back then to video, but man, I wish I could have, because it was freaking spectacular to see these giant tarpon rolling in the shade line, cars above me on the catwalk, everybody else getting drunk in Miami Beach, and I couldn't give a shit. All I wanted to do was fucking fish.
Yes.
That's all I've ever wanted to do since I've been a kid, is fish. That's all I think about when I'm working the corporate job, is fishing, man. It's in my blood, it's in my soul, and I can't wait to palm fish with you guys somewhere, anywhere. I don't care. Don't care if they're 1 pound or 12 pounds. I'm down for it, man. Don't care how we catch them. I'm good. Let's roll.
Have you done the bone fishing? You mentioned tying those flies.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
hell yeah.
Is it as crazy as people say? I've never caught one.
So bone fishing, I'll tell you a couple stories about bone fishing. I know you guys are tired, man, and I know we weren't supposed to go this long. I'll tell you 2 stories about bone fishing. So the first time I went, so I was with a company with Public, right? And was working my balls off in McLean, Virginia for an IT consulting company called The Registry. We go public. It becomes Renaissance Worldwide. And so Drew Conway, the founder, is now uber wealthy. And he doesn't buy a jet. I think he leases the first jet.
Did you know him?
Yeah, of course. I worked for him. Oh. So I was a vice president at the time, and I was running about $100 million worth of business. And my region, the growth in my region, fueled the opportunity for the company to go public. So I was pretty close with Drew, and he goes, G-Man, that's what he called me. G-Man, G-Money, G-Force. G-Man, I know you love fishing. He says, I want you to come down to the Bahamas and experience this bone fishing, right? So roll down there, and all the fly rod snobs, I brought a spinning rod and a bait caster. And I tied up a Sluggo SS, right? The Sluggo SS. Okay, it's chartreuse. And I put an ounce bullet weight on the front because I wanted to catch some cuda too. So I'm catching cuda like crazy. The guys are like, what is that lure of mine? You gotta leave it for me. And I'm like, I'll leave you these because they like to eat the cuda, right? It's a tasty fish. And these are great reef barracudas. I caught a 48.5-inch one. Almost fucking spooled me. That's a great story too. Let me get to the bonefish story.
8 inches?
48.5-inch barracuda on a 2-piece, less than 7 foot. Basically, it would have been making like a worm casting rod. Shimano old green tank Curado, filled with no backing, 100% line. And I wanted to go as light as I could because I wanted to cast it. Like, I think it was like 12-pound test because I knew I would need a lot of yards. And I didn't use braid back then.
12-pound test?
Dude, the fish almost spooled me.
Yeah.
But the bone, here's the bonefish story. So Andros Island Bonefish Club is where we stayed. Simon Bain is the big bonefish guy. He's very famous. Then we had Chris, Rudy, Ike was the chef down there. Anyway, you draw your guide for the day and you roll out. I'm with my buddy Doug Deschereaux, and this is like the 2nd year that I've been. Dude, Johnny, I'm telling you, the experience, and no matter how you fish for them, whether it's with a bait caster, spinning rod, or a fly rod, but to see a fish come, like bonefish schools or a single bonefish, and you're fighting wind, you might have to back cast. I mean, you're double haul and triple haul. You got to make an accurate cast. You got to lead the fish. You got to strip. It's thrilling. There's something about the visual aspect of a bonefish and how fast they are. I mean, they call them the ghosts of the flats for a reason, man. So anyway, Doug and I take turns. I'm on the boat with Doug Deschereaux with Simon Bain. And Simon Bain is a super quiet polar. Like, he doesn't make any noise when he's poling. And the lights are going on and off like clouds, then sun. Because if there's cloudy, it's very hard to see him. And he just keeps saying this. This is like the spiritual thing. Kai and the guys that you mentioned. What's the guy with the place to catch?
Yeah.
So Simon's going, man. He goes, I don't give a damn about the big bone fish, man. I don't care about the big bone, man. He just keeps saying it as he's pulling it. And so it's my turn to step up on the front deck, man. It's dark. I can't see shit. The sun pops out for a second, and I see a fucking giant bonefish. So does he. He goes, bonefish, man, 12 o'clock. Dude, it's a dunk and dink with my fly. I don't have to like do some heroic double haul or triple haul like bail. It's a short cast, but those can be tough. I land the fly right in front of that bonefish, man, about a foot. I see the bonefish come up and eat it. I fight him for 45 fucking minutes.
Oh, really?
Get him to the boat. Simon jumps into about 5 foot of water. He's like about, he's huge. Actually, it's Charlie Nemore. What am I saying? Simon Bain. Simon's the other guy. This is Charlie Nemore. Charlie jumps into the water and fucking like bear hugs this bonefish and puts it on the deck. It's a 14-pound, 4-ounce bonefish.
Wow.
It's an IGFA world record on a 9.9 tippet, but he will not. This is so ULO. He will not sign my card as the guide.
Oh, yes.
And I say, why? And he goes, man. He goes, I got a great life down here in the Bahamas, man. He goes, I got my Calix, which is the beer he likes to drink. I got my boat. I got my wife. I eat my conch, man. I got lots of, I got everything I need. I don't want he said, some jackass corporate guy that's going to push me to catch the next world record. He says, so give it up, man. I ain't signing it. I begged him all day long. He goes, man, leave it alone, man. I offered him $1,000 cash.
What?
Nope.
Wow. Come on,
nope.
dude.
My hand to God, I have the picture of the fish. And I have I don't know where the tippet is, but man, it was at the time that would have been an IGFA world record on a 9.9 pound Orvis leader, which is spelled your tippet. Yeah, it was an 8-weight fly rod, and it was a fly that I tied, which was even cooler. But I still have the memory, man. So you know what? I respected his decision. I had the experience. I got a picture of it. We just did length and girth. We estimated the weight. There was no scale. Let that fish go, man. It was unbelievable, dude.
How long was it?
So it was 34 by 20 something.
For a bonefish?
Yeah. This is a 14. Dude, it's a 14-pound bonefish.
Yeah, no, that's no, because dude, remember
that's crazy.
Dude, Jake was telling us he was catching like 22 inches and they were stripping him for 15 minutes. So.
Oh, they're unbelievable, man. They're incredible, man. Think about that. That's a monster.
That is
man.
That's wow.
That is the coolest story ever.
I mean, to me, it's kind of like it's what you guys are about, man. It's the experience. And look, I was hung up that I wanted to have my name on a world record, but at the end of the day, so what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have the story. I was with my best buddy, Dougie D, man. And it was an incredible moment, man. And, I could tell the story, and I've told it 1,000 times. I know I've told it on the stream. So thank you to the people still watching if you've heard it before, man. But it's burnt in my memory, man. And for me, man, memories and being able to relive them and with people that I love and people that laugh. And, I wasn't thinking about anything. And that's for me what fishing represents. I've told Travis, man, this world makes me fucking sad. And people in this world make me sad. And, it's not how my mom taught me to be and treat each other. And I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear the noise in the world. I just want to cut loose and just breathe, man. I just want to breathe. And when I go fishing, I'm breathing. I'm living, because that's what living is, man, to me. And that's a very personal thing for me. And, so I identify with what you guys are doing, man. If I had the balls, man, I still wouldn't be doing the corporate thing, right? But I don't. And that's a fact.
You're getting close. You're almost done.
Yeah. I mean, but I think about time, man. I'm grateful for the time I've had on the planet, grateful for all the experiences we've had here, the laughs, the conversations, the arguments, and grateful for people like you, because you remind me of, if I could turn back time and find that portal to walk back in time, you could be goddamn sure I wouldn't be doing the same things, man. I'd be chasing that dream of fishing, man.
Eric,
so I get to do it a little bit every Monday night.
But let me tell you,
connect with these people, man.
Most of the portals are found in national parks for some reason.
Whatever, dude. You know what? I don't even care because I honestly love where I am right now.
Yeah,
I love.
Want to go?
I said if I could.
Portals are.
But if I could, well, why don't you go visit them all? Fucking take me to one, motherfucker.
Number one right now.
Well, go find that shit.
I will.
Send me a cheap. Drop a fucking pin, bro.
Drop a pin.
Your shit will go viral.
You won't find me hiking in Yosemite ever. That's how serious it is.
What does that even mean?
No, it's serious. Yeah.
Mission 411.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Eric, dude, you honestly summed up all of Uncle Larry Outdoors and then hit us with the story that I don't think any of us have matched. So that's pretty unbelievable.
Man. Well, thank you for saying so, man. And that's what it's about for me, man. That's what it's about for me.
Yeah,
so I'm glad
that hit home. That hit home.
Can't wait for us to get out there and actually,
we're stoked.
Show you some unk stuff.
Yeah. Now we know you're about it, so we're not gonna hold back on you.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm gonna have my utility rod with 30-pound braid and a pack of big worms. That's all we need, right? All right, maybe I'll have one of them little bunny pouches that Travis turned everybody on to, man, because he's the gear guy, man. If you need organization.
Don't be hitting that green down there. You know what I'm saying?
What are you trying to say, bro? I was in BTC's garage, man. I got the contact high the other night. I was the only sober dude. I spent 48 hours up in Jersey, man. I got a full experience, man. Yeah. Dude, I'm saying I know I'm the only sober guy in the room. I mean, I hit a shot just to toast to everybody. But man, let me tell you, man, the herb was flowing.
Yeah, BTC's garage, Travis, by the way, it's on collision course with the Hydron Collider.
Right.
That's like right where it is.
Can you, and just I'll leave you with this, something to ponder. Mm-hmm. How did we go from log cabins to a Hydron Collider in less than 150 or 200 years?
And let me get back to you on this too, Travis. Do you know anybody who's smart enough, even remote? Like have you heard of the 7th degree rule, where like you can name anyone in the world, and if you ask 7 people, they'll know them?
Yeah.
Well, could you 7th degree me to anyone who's smart enough to build anything remotely close to that, let alone thousands of collective people?
I could.
You know some smart people, Eric. You know some smart people.
You got to remember. You got to remember.
I know about. I'm just answering a question, Charles. I know about the underground facilities in the Grand Canyon. I do know about that.
Yeah. No, dude.
We got to catch up. Let's set some time. I don't just want to bar hop down there.
Whoa.
Man, I gotta thank you, man. We started out our meeting today at work, man, with saying 3 things that we were grateful for, man. So I'm gonna say this not at the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna say it right now, man. I'm gonna say I'm grateful for Travis for giving me this opportunity to connect with all these people. My life has changed because of it, and way for the better, man. So thank you for connecting me to the community, the people that I love so much, man, and the thing that I love to do more than anything other than my family. And, I love my work too. Don't get me wrong when I say it, man, but I've been doing it for a long time. But I'm grateful to you. And let me tell you why, man. On Instagram, like I was anti-social media for the longest time. Like I was an egg on Twitter forever. And I just did an egg because my kids were like, you got to get on Twitter. And I'm like, oh man, I'm not about it. Faceless book. I couldn't fucking stand. I still can't stand it. I don't like the noise. I don't like the hate. I don't like haters. I don't like people who want to rag on other people for the way they want to live or what they believe. It really drags my soul down. So I'm not going to hang on that. But why I'm grateful to you, E, is because Instagram, I was Flying Fish 2000. That was my name. Where'd that come from? I don't know. I like flying fish. And so I was buying shit on eBay, stuff I didn't need to fill my empty soul because I couldn't fish as much as I wanted. That's why I got all these lures back here, man. But anyway, he's like, man, Travis named you Epic Eric, man. You got to change it. What the hell is Flying Fish 2000? And I'm like, that's just, I'm comfortable with that. Epic Eric makes me feel weird, man, because I don't see myself like that. But they go like, dude, that's your nickname. You got to roll with it. And I changed it. And E, I can only tell you, man, it's changed my life since then, man. Thank you for being my coach and my guide for a moment in time that transformed my life. Thank you. I'm grateful to you, brother.
At its core, Uncle Larry Outdoors is about showcasing side of the industry that may not get talked about, may not get the millions of views, but in my humblest of opinions is the side that deserves all of that. And you definitely fit into that realm. And I take it really seriously when I meet people in this industry that are actually of that cloth. So to see you progress in the way that you have, and to see the way that we're currently trying to progress, it just I'm more than grateful, man. And that's it. Like, we want to get as big as possible because we want to be able to showcase all of these people within the industry that may not have a voice and may not have millions of followers because they're fishing with gummy worms, and hopefully we can take this thing to great heights so we can showcase all of those people.
And thank you guys for having us on, because another great reminder for me personally, and I'm sure for all of us, is like, you guys are straight up heads and tails, but of the same coin. And that's really what fishing's all about. That's that bond for everybody. Yeah. And like, it's just amazing that fishing's one of those things that brings everybody together who loves it. And that at its core, if you meet someone who's really about fishing, you know that they're a good person. Like, it's almost a direct correlation. And that's been the biggest blessing for my life with it, is it's been my spotlight, my radar through life. Yeah,
man.
I appreciate you guys bringing us on.
Nah, man, it's been awesome, man. I'll leave you one more thing, man. You don't know what kind of impact you're having on people, and you don't know what they're experiencing out there, man. And the pandemic brought a lot of people down. If you believed in it or if you thought it was bullshit, nonetheless, it was a huge thing for people, right? In a lot of different ways. There was a guy that I went up to Susquehanna Fish and Tackle. Travis did a great seminar for everybody on Smallmouth Crush, or Smallmouth Saturday. Should have been called Smallmouth Crush Saturday. And I'm just poking around the shop, and people know me, and it still feels weird, right? But this one guy stopped me and Travis, and he talked about just how he ran into some mental health issues, and he stayed in his house for like 2-3 years, wouldn't go out, stopped fishing. And he goes, but when I started to hear you guys stream, it got me off of my couch and got me back out. And he was still a little awkward talking because, he's still dealing with it, man, but he couldn't tell us enough stories. He talked about, you've cost me a lot of money, Epic, because I've, chased these OG wiggle warts. He goes, but I caught my personal best last year on the Upper Bay on an OG wiggle wart. And I got to tell you something, man, that's for me, that's like the moment, right? Yeah. If I can help somebody get better at fishing, or somebody who's struggling. And, I had so many people thank us for the laughs, Travis, and for the conversations, and for the diametrically opposed views. And obviously the fishing tips, man, because I feel like we drop a lot of knowledge when we're on here, man. I give up some of my ghosty tips and stuff that work for me, whether they're hacks or whatever. But to hear that guy say that, man, I got to tell you, Kai, Johnny, and Travis, man, I mean, that was awesome. That was awesome. So,
well, I guess it's my turn.
So, Travis, what you got?
Yeah. First of all.
Oh, is this practicing gratitude?
Yes. I got to give a shout out to JP, to John, to Gino, to JP's friends that are coming up here, busting their butt to get this house right for me, with very little in return for them. So I do appreciate that. And Bill Lords. Bill's a guide up here on Lake Ontario. He's someone who's been on the podcast before, but I never really knew him. We talk here and there. He's been here every week, man, busting his butt, getting the garage and the loft and everything framed up. So I couldn't do it without those guys. And the story you shared at Susquehanna with that guy that came up to us, I had another guy and then another guy, both that same day, share some pretty emotional stuff. So whatever we're doing here is working for some.
Yeah.
And that's what motivates me. Listen, I literally been working till 3 a.m. I want to diagnose this. Some people are, they see how I operate. The people that have been close with me over the last 2 weeks, they think I'm fucking whack because I got 25 different projects going on here.
Well, bro, you are whack, and that's okay. You just got to embrace it.
Yeah. And listen, bro, like,
embrace it, brother.
There's a lot going on.
think you're whack. You are whack. Come on now, embrace
My
it.
point is, I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're all together. Thank you guys,
Yes.
Uncle Larry Outdoors, Eric, everybody for bringing this content out there. Regardless of how big we are or we'll ever get, I mean, we still got 156 people. 156 people. If you listen, think about this. If you fill a room in an auditorium at a hotel, right, a conference center, and you got 150 people out there sitting in a chair listening to you, that's pretty big.
Yeah,
it is, man.
Yeah,
And so I want to thank everybody who deals with us every Monday night.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you all, man. So hey, last part, man. Kai, man, thank you for spreading that joy, that moment, man. It just, I think that's why it's gone so crazy. And for you guys sharing the vision and mission of ULO, man. What's next, man? What's the future looking like, man? What do you guys hope? If you think 5 years in the future, where do you want to be?
I just want to be, comfortable. You know what I mean? Just living our dream. You know what I mean? Just be able to comfortably go out and, do what people were able to do, or do what people were able to, watch us doing in that video. Basically, you know what I mean? We're not out here trying to be rich and famous and make $1 million. Like, just want to be able to go out and do what you guys were able to capture. You know what I mean? And that short moment. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We do this shit all the time, and it just happened to get caught on camera that day. And just the fact that it was able to inspire so many different people and and touch so many people the way that it did. I think it really put a lot in perspective for us, and it really has us taking this a little bit more seriously, because I think we found a way to kind of break the matrix, so to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that video really did something that it's kind of hard to find on the internet. You know what I mean? Because it really is as real as it gets. You can't script that. You can't remake that. Like that moment is that moment, because we went out there with a mindset and everything else that we had went through in life leading up to that point, being down here in Florida. You know what I mean? It was just a combination of a lot of different things. So if we can just kind of harness that energy and keep progressing, hopefully 5 years from now you'll see us in Bhutan catching fucking golden messiers.
We've been speaking that one into existence. Bhutan.
I love it.
There we could be like, yeah, look, we fucking did it again.
You guys will be on the Rogan show in 5 years. How'd you all do it, man? Well, we listened to this guy named Travis.
And
But that is the one thing too. Dream big, because like I grew up watching Mike Iaconelli on Eric's couch when we were 9, 10 years old, 11 years old, watching City Limits. Thinking,
I love that show, man.
Best show. But I just remember thinking, wow, it'd be so cool to fish with that guy one day. And now he's our friend. Like, that's
so cool.
And it's like, on the one hand, that's incredible. And on the other, it's like, we got to set our goals really high, because it might not be tomorrow or a year from now, but when you believe in yourself and you're surrounded by great people and you have opportunities like this, like things happen. And
right on.
We're just pumped for the future.
Right on. Awesome, man. Awesome. Man, well, thank you guys for staying way longer than I think you anticipated. I know you guys worked hard today, so can't wait.
Great. Thank you guys.
Oh, man, I loved it. Loved every minute, man. Thank you, E, for getting your boys on, man. Kai, Johnny, great to meet you, man. Talk to you guys. Absolutely, man. Yeah, can't wait to meet you in person. We'll see you soon, man. That's right, man. Yeah.
We're dedicating a full night just
we got to figure it out for sure.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I shouldn't say vaguely. I know we had discussions, but we got to really, because I got some new stuff that might blow your mind. That's going to put everything in perspective, and it's going to come full circle. And I think moving forward after we talk, you're going to be like, "Fuck, I get it now." It's
wait. Are you? What you mean? Like the gold bars are going to need to get on the boat to Egypt? That part? Because that's a tough one.
That's not a tough one. If you're part of the collective, it's a tough one. But if you're not, it's an easy one, bud.
How are you going to afford gold bars, man? You still haven't answered the question how much you're going to need to get that ticket to Egypt.
I don't know what they're going to charge us, but I promise you what's left of the government will use military, cruise liners, anything and everything to get us all to Egypt when time comes. Because
well, just can you let me know about a year before all this so that I can start vibrating the other way? Because God knows I don't want to be fucking around for that shit. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to make sure I go to dust. Put me in your pocket and pay me to eat.
We're gonna catch some giants, some Nile River.
That's the best thing I've heard. That's the best. I am so pumped to go to Egypt. I want to catch some Nile perch. That's a capper to the eating, man.
You guys mentioned you're in the old buildings and stuff, and we talked about that. But real quick, do you know about the mud floods? Have you heard anything about mud floods?
Dude.
Okay. And this has everything to do about what I'm going to be talking about when I see you guys at the class.
We're well
are extremely important.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. I think I have this is going to explain a lot. Travis, I'm going to unveil this tonight on the stream.
Oh, geez.
A viewer took the time to, well, you'll see. Hold on. I just got to show it. We have viewers that send in graphics of both of us, and they're clever. I like it. So this explains.
Travis, do you have a Camus?
I do, yes.
Shut the... Bro, do you know the owners? Do you know the people at Camus?
I do, yeah.
Do you know how hard we've been trying to get in with the Camus people? Like, you got to see our interviews with the Camus lady every year, every fucking year.
Maybe they don't take you serious when you have a broomstick for a microphone.
Yeah, but maybe they should check how big the fucking fish we catch are, dude.
Just saying.
Oh my God, that's funny.
You know Ted Youngblood by any chance?
Is he the social media guy?
Ted Young, no way.
Ted's not on socials. Ted's got no socials.
Okay.
You know the lady I'm talking about, though? 65, kind of bad.
Earl Ben's wife?
What?
Yeah.
Great podcast, guys.
We just scared everybody off for some reason.
They ran.
Yeah, no, she's.
I gotta get something to eat.
Yeah, Trav, we gotta let these guys go, man. They've stayed on like an hour more than I thought they were. They've been drinking water. They probably haven't had anything to eat, man. They gotta roll.
They need to.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna get some Doritos.
You guys are about to like pass out, man.
No, we had an unbelievable time. And
thank you,
Travis. Now you have
man.
a great introduction for us. You could help us out with that.
We'll talk to Mrs. Benz at the classic.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble.
We gotta leave.
Yeah, all right, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
Thank you guys, man. Peace, man. We'll see you in Florida.
Travis.
All right.
Thank you guys, man. Have a good night, man. All right, peace.
Wow.
Oh, dude, that was hysterical.
They got nervous about Earl Ben's wife.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I don't either. What do I know about it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. Wow, dude, man. Well, at least your computer cooperated. You got a little done during the show, which is fantastic, man. That's awesome, dude.
It was good having those guys on. I actually, I wish I was more prepared. I apologize, guys.
This is a no apology. People know what you're doing, dude. You got a lot going on. What happened?
I'm checking calendar. Somebody booked the 22nd. I told them I don't have the 22nd.
Oh boy, you got problems, man.
I'll call them tomorrow.
All right, you call them tomorrow. Hey man, just for the people left on the stream, man, I put together a box, pre-spawn dynamite, some of my top mix of baits. It's on the Bass Lab. There's only I don't know, like a handful left. A few people have already bought it, so just it's there if you guys are interested, man. It's my top go-to pre-spawn baits from my personal collection. And of course, there's ditch melon that's going to be in there, which is the color, I think. Yeah, ditch melon, man. Ditch melon. And if you're a Super Eruption fan, there's a Jackal Super Eruption there. If you've heard me talk, you know that's my favorite big bladed spinnerbait in terms of willow leaf style spinnerbait, and a 1/2 ounce. So lots of other goodies in there, man. Got a jaw jacker crankbait in there, several other balsa crankbaits. These are my go-tos, man. If I need a big bite, that's what I'm throwing. Nothing plastic, all hard baits. There you go.
Hey, by the way, guys,
thanks, Dennis.
Had him years ago.
What happened?
I'm just taking notes. I don't have the guy's full contacts. I'm just
you're still doing schedule.
I'm back. Listen, Eric, next week, Monday, guys, we're doing the SmallmouthCrush exclusive on the new Fix platform. I was probably not lazy, but too busy to put the links in below here. If you look back, the podcast before Beast Coast, the live stream before Beast Coast, I talked about that platform, PHYXTV, which is ran by the same owners as The Real Shot. We're taking our monthly show over there. It's $5.99 a month. It's a better deal for you guys. If you want to sign up and see our show next week, Eric doesn't know this yet. I'm hoping he can join me.
I'm going to be in Florida with sketchy internet, so I don't know that I'll be on next month.
And I'm going to be painting. So, all right. So I'm going to go through different paint brushes and different ways of painting on that. No, I won't do that. We'll figure it out. Are you really going to be in Florida next week, Monday?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I had a killer topic, a killer idea.
Oh, man.
I know. And you would have freaking digged it.
We
can't do it. Who will you be with in Florida?
Bill Kramer and Kevin Zott. But I mean, it's just the internet service is just horrible in the trailer, man. There's just nothing. There's nowhere close to sit and do a thing.
All right. I have some ideas that I could do for the PHYXTV one.
Okay.
I really do. Maybe we'll do, because I wanted to kick it off right.
Sure.
But fuck, bro. I'm up here at the house, you know.
I know.
Deep in paint.
I know. You
guys want to see a quick tour of the product?
Yeah. Do it. I don't know how many people are still on. How many people are still on?
Over 150.
Well, that's awesome.
All right. Let me just take the mic off and let me see if you can still
yeah, because the last time you did that was going wow, 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 wow. That reverb, man, that was really crazy. Remember?
Can you hear me?
You're perfect, dude.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick walk ride. So here's where I'm struggling with life. So again, the pricks that own this house before me literally did they painted the beautiful wood cabinets a nasty gray and left nothing. Like, look at this, whatever you call it, this trim. Do you see the gray?
There's a gap there, right?
No, it's just
it's nail holes.
Oh, bro. So I'm taking one area, one section.
They did it real fast. There was a down and dirty, quicker, paint.
I'm running out. Look at the microwave I have to clean up. That's gray paint on the top of that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay. So I set up my little, I bought this sander today and I've been sanding everything. Like this is what I do all night long. Right.
Yeah.
So I got so pissed off. I ripped this thing off the wall because this cabinet goes above the fridge. I ripped it off this morning because I stripped the screw head and I just pulled out of frustration and ripped the whole back part down. So it took me an hour to bend these stupid nails back, these staple nails, and fix it. And you can see the crack. It's
that's not good.
And then this one I thought would come off separate by itself, but no, it's connected to this whole thing. So you can see I pulled like a mofo and broke that. So
why were you trying to pull the cabinets off?
Because the guy painted I just want to start fresh, bro. I want new paint on this whole wall. And I want to rip this stuff off, so I can't cut in there. Bro. You want to know how hard it is to sit here at 1 o'clock in the morning and try to do trim underneath the toilet where you can't reach around?
I
What?
don't know.
Bro,
I've done
look at this shit job up here. Look at this shit trim that I did. And I got to live with this the rest of my time in this damn house. Not cool. Sat here till 3 in the morning painting this stupid ass puke ass green bathroom because this is the color she wanted, and that's what you get. All right, let's keep going.
So you're really worried about the little things.
This, yeah, dude. I want this perfect. Okay.
Yeah, it's the OCD. We know you got it. It's all right. That's who you are.
A little more than I thought. I don't know how we're gonna get a whatever. Yeah. All right.
What did you want to get through there?
I moved all the. Look at this. Just this room is just trash.
That's trashed.
Okay.
Well, that's really like a workroom. You're fine, man. You're fine so far. It's small stuff.
All right, let's go in the garage.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to destroy your cabinets trying to repaint them, though. That's not good.
Okay. So in the garage here.
All right.
We still have a bunch of insulation. So Bill was able to do all the framework here. I'm going to have a closet here, and then around this side will be another closet.
Yep.
So we got all that. Let me take you downstairs.
Yep.
Oh shit, he's got his thing. I got to go the other way, but that's good because I got to show you a couple things over here.
Okay.
Oh, bear with me. That little giant is the deal, by the way.
Oh, they're the best.
Really? You got one?
Yeah. Yeah, Travis, go full screen. Take me off. Go full screen.
All right, hold on.
People want to see full screen. Good
All
suggestion. Right. Thank you, Charles.
Sorry, guys. Read the comments to me. I bet they're rocking.
Are there no painter friends of the show, upstate New Yorkers, that would lend Travis a hand there?
Here, listen. So here's the loft now. This is the
Mark said, Travis, take the toilet off if you're trying to paint the trim around it, bro. Jeez.
I tried.
He couldn't do it.
All right, so that'll be a storage, and then here's going to be my office right here.
Neil Bonefisher said EE with a bottle of Sally Hansen will get that whole thing painted up. Matthew Weimer says, yo, put the Bass Lab full screen. South Jersey. That's where the coffin is.
This is another separate office. Too dark. And then we're gonna go back down here.
All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta turn them lights off.
All right, no problem.
All right, we come back into here.
Travis is the guy at Barnes and Noble with the painting for dummies or construction for dummies.
And then I have all my because my boat's gonna show up any day, so I have to step up here so I can.
Travis, these comments are too funny. Somebody goes, it looks like a Blair Witch painting episode.
I did put this up though.
That looks good. Good job.
And I did those.
Very nice.
Okay. Then I'll just take you. I haven't even been upstairs yet. Jeez.
I know.
All right. So last night I did paint all of this.
Looking good.
Okay,
got a nice sconce on the wall.
Carpet comes soon for the steps.
Okay.
We do have to obviously fix this wall. And this room here is going to be storage. We're actually going to build a hallway in here. Right now it's a paint room.
Okay. Yep. See that? Yep.
I tried to find the damn ceiling paint to match the ceiling, but I just can't find it. And so I get so pissed off. I don't even put the lids on the paint. I don't give a fuck at this point. It can rot for all I care. Okay. Then we come in here. So I drilled these holes out for JP to come in here. We ran this gas line and we got to hook up the heater, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going to show you the one finished room I did down here. And it's we'll open this up. Okay. So I got the wall looking good. I got the trim the best I could down here. Obviously, there's paint everywhere on the floor I have to clean up before the carpet comes. But I did the second kitchen downstairs. I I painted. It's all nice green and it's beautiful. I really am happy how this portion
That looks
turned
good,
out.
man. Well, that's
And
where
I
I'm
spent a lot
staying.
of time. All the doors have been repainted. Okay. Bill showed me how to put the doorknobs on and off. I struggled with that. So in here,
Yep.
you know, cleaned it up a little.
Is that my bathroom?
Yeah, this is where you. So this will be your bathroom, Eric. Then you can
Okay,
make your
good.
coffee or whatever you need here. The
Oh,
couch
man,
is going to be on the
perfect.
green wall. Okay,
I
so
love
all the
it.
nice carpet. You're going to have a big
Yeah.
ass right there. And
Oh,
then,
dude, that's perfect.
And then you're going to have a sleep number king size bed.
Whoa. Well,
And
I'll
then
be
you're
sleeping
gonna
on the
have-
couch, but that's all right.
And then you'll have your closet to hang stuff up. Yeah. This will be your
Dude,
little
that
apartment.
they're freaking looking awesome, man.
Yeah. This
That's
is gonna be
incredible
like
with a refrigerator.
Yeah, dude.
What?
And then you're gonna come in here. This is all gonna be luxury vinyl flooring, and this will be kind of the workout room, right? So we'll have
Oh,
some
very good, man. What
treadmill
kind
and
of
stuff up there.
Hey, what kind of LVT are you getting? I want to see. I want to see what pattern did you
haven't-
get. Is
I have
it
not-
looking like wood?
Yeah.
There's some really good LVT, man.
Yeah.
That's exciting, Travis. Man, that looks really good down there.
So this room here obviously needs to. We're gonna put a wall up to cover these pipes.
Is it going to be like a mud room kind of thing?
No, this is going to be a storage room. So we're actually going to bring a wall out to that door. It's going to be a hallway with a 40-degree angle to turn into that door. So you're going to walk through a hall, but on this side it's also going to be enclosed wall with shelves for bins for storage. So it'll just be a little hallway through here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good deal. So let me show you my bedroom if the lighting's good. Because this is a mess and maybe I can get some tips. All right, so this is the master bedroom, which is I've kind of been taking over with all my stuff just throwing out, right?
Yep.
And it's too dark in here to show you the pitiful paint job.
Yeah.
So we won't do that, but I'll.
Yeah, we got the theme. It's pretty bad. They just slapped it up.
I literally spent an hour painting and cleaning this vent last night.
Man, you did a good job, though.
Oh, yeah, I got the shop vac down inside there. The only problem is I'm missing a screw there.
No worries, man. You'll find one.
Yeah.
So it looks like the wood in there and the wood in the kitchen are different.
Yeah, so this is going to be carpet in the living room.
Okay, where's the living room? That's the living room.
I'm getting rid of that because it doesn't match this wood.
Yeah, I understand. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So you're going to
And then,
carpet
of
in
course,
the
we
living
have
room,
the,
which is nice.
the
Take us upstairs, bro.
A side room. The side room in here is pretty good. I'll show you guys this. I don't think you've seen it yet.
What's the size room, man?
The side room. It's so it's this little place here.
Very cool. Uh-oh. Frozen.
There, we're back. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that side room is really cool, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How many beds, bath, and square feet is it, Travis?
That I wouldn't even know. No clue.
Sean, he doesn't know.
Don't know.
AJ said that's the no internet room.
It's a lot when you walk around so many times in the day. I feel like I walked enough through this house for a year.
Dude, I'm sure you've been up and down, up and down, up and down, man. When I did that,
Eric. I mean, I think stressfulness, moving, but when you're with me, everything has to be perfect, and you move into a house where the people just painted like jackasses, and you have to redo all of their work.
It's a lot, bro. It really, really is a lot. I've done it. I've built a few houses in my day, like from scratch. It didn't even have a fountain, like from the ground up. I've done 3 from the ground up.
I think that's the only way to go.
You've got a really nice place, bro. I mean, I know what you're dreaming about. I've seen pictures of the one you want to build one day, but dude, you're up in New York. You got there. And so, one thing at a time, man. You got 17 years. That's plenty.
Yeah.
And you've really got good plans for it, man. It's a lot of space. I think you're going to be able to do a lot of things you want to do, which is awesome. That garage is going to be bumping, bro. I mean, that's where you're going to be doing your podcasting from, all your YouTube, right? All your gear, all your stuff on the walls.
Everything will be out there.
And just think about it. You got how much more room than you currently have in your current place?
Oh, tons.
I mean, like 4 times the size or more.
Well, the garage, I looked at it today thinking the same thing. So where
I mean, just that alone.
One side of the car parks is the size of where I'm at now.
Wow. That's
the half size of the garage. So I'm 4 or 5 garages more just in that one. That doesn't even include the detached.
Right.
So I'm happy, but
that's what I'm saying. Look, man, you know what? You're in the thick of it, man. You'll get through it. It's going to happen. You know, take your time, do it right, do it the way you want to do it. I mean, you're a perfectionist. We know it. And I get it. I see all the details too, man. It's a blessing and a curse. It's your strength and it's your weakness. Think about it that way. Right. I mean, you know, but you're making good progress, bro.
Yeah, paints. People have more money in paint than tackle.
It's a lot.
It's a lot when you don't know what you're doing. Bill said he'll cut in for me.
A good guy, a guy that can cut is pretty awesome. Yeah. We had Canyon Hart do it. I mean, I've seen good painters and I've seen average painters, man. Dave Wilder was a hell of a painter too, bro.
Oh yeah.
He painted my place here upstairs. He painted another one of my Deep Creek places. Yeah. I had a couple buddies do work for me. Not for free, but you know, paid them. No, I'm just saying it wasn't for free. I paid them, you know, but they gave me a good deal since I knew them. I think. I don't know. But better than me doing it because I've done my fair share of painting and cutting. Oh my God. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Yes, MJ, true, man. True painters are amazing. They can cut so fast. It's ridiculous. Yep. Beats putting crown molding up. That's a fact.
Fuck that. I'd rather put crown molding up.
You wouldn't want to have to cut it and paint that. Because then you gotta caulk the edge, man. Yeah. Cutting them 45s if the wall's not square. Oh God. Yeah. Then you got to get a carpenter and you got the wood cost. Forget it, man. Just cut it in. You ain't gonna stay there long, are you?
Probably the amount of money we're putting in it. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, Eric, you know my goals. The number I had in mind and to build what I want, I have to double it. Yeah. Does that make sense? After seeing what I see here.
Yeah, it does.
You know, just you guys, and listen, this is all new to me. So you guys that are into construction, you're going to laugh, or people that may not be aware, because a year ago, someone could be talking about wire and electric and it would go, okay, whatever. It's a fucking light switch, turn it on.
Yeah.
But, you know, the difference between a 1-way and a 2- and 3-way switch and how everything controls, and one's motion detected and one's on a dimmer. And then you want ceiling fan. You want 35, you know, lights here, and you want something over your pegboard system, and you want, you know, a charging port station, and then you want these electric outlets at this height, and over here this, and one on the ceiling for your charging cord for your boat. I mean, to do a shop, just my electrical bill would be extreme. You know, it would blow. I'm talking 3,000 yards or 3,300 feet. No, probably more than that. 400 to 500 feet. No, I already have 500. 1,000 feet of fucking 12-3 wire in the garage, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Shit.
Damn. Did you sell the old place yet?
Not yet. No, guys, help me out in the comments. A realtor I talked to, I reached out to her. Let me tell you the story, okay? Real quick.
Tell us.
She says she could sell her house. I know she can. She's good.
Right.
She wanted to get an inspector to come in before the sale to say, we did the due diligence. Here's our inspection report. We'll get ahead of things. Okay. That was her plan.
Yep.
Her inspector to do that was $500. I paid $300 up here for this house.
Yep.
And she wants 5% commission.
Yep.
So I talked to her a month ago. Last week I reached out to her. I said, hey, I like the plan. Would you be willing to go to 4% commission and throw the home inspection in on you?
Yep.
She turned me down.
Whoa.
And I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking, we're already going to make $30,000 in commission on this sale.
Yep.
So if I can get a % off, that puts $5,000 back in my pocket. Okay.
Sure.
Which should be doable.
Yeah.
A realtor should be begging to have a house that's theirs to list.
Sure.
Second of all, you probably spend thousands of dollars a month or throughout the year in advertising to get buyers and sellers.
Sure.
I'm asking you to pay the $500 home inspection bill, and you get the house. You get $30,000, lady. And for her to deny me, I don't want nothing to do with her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's not how I would do business.
I hear you, man.
So, anyways.
You'll get there, bro. You'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I got to show you guys.
What do you got?
So I'm going to light the house up. The whole freaking county is going to be lit up. And the lights came today. So here they are. These are 40,000 lumens a piece.
Like a Mega Man shit?
Yeah. So that's going to hang.
Why?
That's going to hang on one side of the garage, the front of the garage, the new garage, and 2 in the backyard. So I got over 250,000 lumens lighting this place up out there.
Why?
Because I like light.
Outside?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be sick.
So there was a guy in my neighborhood that did that. So I'd be watching, my Netflix at night, and his like your lights, Omega Man would be shining in my eye.
Yeah.
And he was like he was 700 yards away from me. I dreamt of shooting the lights out. But what I did instead was I just went over to his house, knocked on the door. He wasn't there, and I just turned him to the ground. And I think the neighbors logged a complaint because I was 700 yards away at least and could see them like it was annoying. Why do you want to be annoying? Why do you want to be the annoying neighbor?
Right. Well, because I want to be able to see my.
You mean like at night?
I'm not doing it to piss the neighbor off. I'm doing it for me.
So are you going to leave them on all night? Are you going to leave them on all night?
As long as I'm out there.
Oh, yeah. I got you. So you'll turn them off when you come inside.
They're going to be bright.
Are they going to be motion detecting? So they'll just go on whenever a cat runs by or a squirrel?
No.
Okay. You mean it's a switch. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be like motion sensor lights. You're worried about somebody creeping up on your property or something.
Right.
No, you're not worried about that. You
No,
just want to be
I'm
able to
worried
see.
about working on my equipment.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I'm sure you'll get the complaints, but you'll work through it.
That's funny.
What?
These comments.
Oh, they've been awesome all night, man.
It was a pretty good, yeah.
It was a really good show, man. Those guys were funny. They were fun, man. I love what they're doing, man. It's awesome. Can't wait to go fishing with them. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Been talking about going down there for a while with E.
Eric, do I just rest or do I fucking bust?
It depends on how much sleep, because your quality of your work is going to go way down soon. So, then you might have more problems like the cabinets you've started to destroy.
Oh, that's such an idiot. I did that early here's what happened, Eric. I don't have a game plan. Like, I know there's work to be done, but I walked past the cabinets. I saw the shitty paint job again. And I just literally got the screw gun out, opened the door, and went zzz, 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 and
All right,
said,
listen.
I believe this is going to work. And I cranked on it. And all of a sudden, the other ones that weren't unbolted yet started coming with it. And then I left it because I'm like, all right, well, at least because it's kind of hanging now, I can get back there and paint. let me take the one above the fridge. Well, the last bolt was stripped. And so instead of me just being cool and times racing, I literally jump on top of it and pull. And of course it came off, but the bolt stayed in and took the whole fucking back with it.
Not good. Not good, because you're going to start to destroy things. So here's what you do tonight.
Wondering, he's like, what the hell's all that hammering you're doing in there?
He was actually there. Somebody skilled was actually there. Okay, so here's what you need to do tonight.
I was too embarrassed to tell him what happened.
I know.
To it in the morning. I said, Bud, I fucked up in here. But I'm like, I'm here. Tell me what I need to do. Let's go work on this. And then later in the day, he came in and I kind of showed him
the destruction. Here's what you need to do tonight. Here's what you need to do tonight. Stop working.
All right.
Make a list of priorities and organize it in an organized fashion.
Yeah.
So, right, I've done a lot of that, and lists help me clarify and get clarity on what the project's all about, the areas that I need to focus on. So, I'd also write. So it's a kind of a punch list, right? And group it by similar items or rooms. Start in a room, because you know what? You've got so many rooms going at once, you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. That's probably the mode you're in right now. And you also need to keep a separate list for any materials you need to run. So you got a materials list on one page, room by room on the other, group like items together so you get some efficiency in your work. Now you got to focus on being efficient. You like to be efficient when you're smallmouth fishing. Think about bring that efficiency mindset to your head. Just make a list tonight. Hit the sack, bro. Get some rest.
There's no reason for 6 different paint trays laying around, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 down there.
I know, man. These things happen, man. So you're in chaos right now. You're acting chaotic.
There must be a lot of flies up here in New York. When they kill bugs, they just leave them on the ceiling all over the place in here.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But that's stuff you do later. You got to put your OCD aside, right? Get to the important things, right? Focus, skip the little stuff for a minute and think about, you want to feel accomplished, right? Focusing on one room and getting it done would be a great thing.
Can I go one step further, Eric? And this is kind of what I wanted to do. Focus on one wall at a time.
Yeah, they're even better. You break it down. Break it down. Just go through the house with pen and paper right now. Get your materials list. Remember, it's a materials list because you got to run for material at some point, right?
No, I go through it all. I can't be running to Home Depot twice a day.
I know. That's why you have a running materials list. I know. It's crazy.
They offered me a discount of rewards. I go, what good is that after I spent 15 grand the last 30 days here, bud? You know what I mean? And they keep asking me to buy those clamps for 99 cents at the checkout. It's like they're up there. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to drink a beer, an IPA, because
there you go.
I deserve it. Go out in that garage. I'm just going to look at it. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to shut the lights down and I'm going to go to bed.
There you go.
I'm going to get up and make a coffee.
Yep. Sit down, breathe, and make your list.
Yeah.
And prioritize. I'm
going to start by peeling this shitty ass back splash off, right? Okay. That's what I'll do.
That's hysterical. It's the plastic vinyl one stick on. Damn.
Yeah.
Are you painting that, or are you actually going to use tile and grout?
So I got it reminds me. Someone's supposed to come and measure these countertops to put granite in, and when they do, I'm going to put a backsplash on the back of that.
Yeah. Have you picked it out yet?
The granite?
Yeah.
I know the color I want. The one.
No, have you picked out the backsplash?
No, I wouldn't be good at that. I would have to see.
Are you going to buy material from Home Depot and provide it, or are you going to have to go to a showroom, or are you going to wait for your wife to pick it up?
My parents come here March 1st. My plan is to get everything possible that I can do, and then like my mom would be great at putting the backsplash up. The problem is I haven't even ordered the granite, so chances are by March the granite's not going to be in, and I don't think I can put backsplash up before the granite.
No.
And we also have to put a garbage disposal in because she wants a garbage disposal and a new farmhouse sink because for some reason she wants that fancy side.
Yeah.
instead of what we got. So
yeah, you got a lot of work. You got to. So these are the things you need to think about timing wise. So that's how, you got to prioritize your project, understand the lead time for suppliers, granite, cutting, where are they, what's their lead time? Lead time is how long it takes them to do it. So I think you need to kind of organize your thoughts around this project, what's important, and, begin with the end in mind. When do you want this finished by?
Yeah.
When does it have to be finished by?
When my parents leave.
When is that?
Right before the Classic.
In March.
Yeah.
And you haven't even ordered your granite yet?
Right.
You better start making some calls tomorrow.
Plus,
the paint is the last thing that you need to be worried about. The major things that take people time to order.
Oh, no, I know. Listen, the granite, I don't care. I guess I don't mind if the granite doesn't show up until later.
Okay.
I just want it to be, I just want very little work when I come back here, when I start guiding,
Yeah. When is that?
April. Bill said, so I have to put fill in the side of my garage. I want an area to park a boat next to my garage. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little slant down there. He says I need 9 dump trucks of fill.
Sure.
Before I even put the driveway in.
Have you talked to a contractor?
I haven't even gotten that far. I mean, these are outside stuff that things that are weighing on me that I know I'll have to get to. So when I say I want it completely done, I mean, I want the inside done. So we can focus on the landscaping and stuff like that.
Okay. I gotcha.
It's different, Eric. When you build your houses, we're building, you gotta just tell you go online and look, it's easier to paint a house, I believe, when the walls are unpainted and ready to go.
For sure. Yeah. But I mean, you got to start lining up all your subs and your contractors that can do these things, right? So I would have a page that just was exterior projects, right? Then I would separate it maybe by garage, storage, separated by that outside garage that you've got, right? You need organized thoughts. Do you have lists like that? Have you written it down, or you just whatever pops into your head when you walk by something, you start doing it?
Right now, it's whatever I walk by, which is everything. That's why.
Okay. You're not good because you have, you see every little thing. So I think you really need to sit for a moment quietly with your coffee.
Can I tell you an embarrassed? I got to tell you this because this is how fucked up I am. I'm going to show you.
Uh-oh, we lost him again. Where'd he go? What do you guys think Travis should do, man? Should he just keep walking through the house and painting what he sees, picking up the little details, or should he sit down and do his list? What do you got?
Am I back?
You're back.
Eric, it's 1:00 in the morning yesterday.
Yeah.
I have this razor blade in my hand. I am laying down on my belly.
Yep.
Well, I can't, this camera doesn't move, on the hall floor. And there's these little dots and stuff on this flooring. And I'm scraping them. And I'm reaching around. I move down.
See, this is the last thing you do.
Can you believe that? That's what I found myself doing because I thought at the time that little hall was in need of that. And I had the shop vac going. And then I had these weird thoughts. I'm like, I feel safe in this house. I'm just going to tell you how I was feeling. I felt safe in this house, but it was late at night and, you get weird. And I'm like, if I turn this vacuum on, would that if there was a spirit in here, would that disrupt them? And could they get upset that I'm being so loud at 2 a.m.? Honestly, this is how weird I was. I don't mind sharing this with you guys. I'm literally on the floor, scraping little things off the floor.
Thinking about spirits.
Vacuum on because I think some ghost is going to show up.
All right, man.
Am I normal, bro?
No, I think you're like Jack Nicholson in the Overlook Hotel right now, man. I'm worried about you,
bro. I can't believe I shared that thought. Those are the thoughts I have in my head.
You gotta slow down, bro. Do your list. You're really good at lists. You're really good at organizing your thoughts. You're in chaos mode right now, bro. You really are. You're chaotic. The cleanup, the details like scraping paint drops off the floor is the very last thing you
Bro,
do.
and they weren't like big little circles. I'm talking the size of this pen tip. I'm down there scraping.
At 1 o'clock. That's so crazy. Thinking about
Idiot.
ghosts.
Idiot.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I was looking behind me a couple times, bud.
All right. Take a breather. Have your beer tonight. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Call it a day. Call it a day. And then tomorrow, get back after it. Make your list, man. Get your brain organized, man, and start to be a little more efficient and methodical.
That's right.
Right? Don't go Jack Nicholson, full Jack Nicholson on us, man. You watched The Shining, right? You know the movie The Shining?
No, I don't want to.
You don't want me to talk about that because no, it's a very good one though.
Yeah.
But this is a very, I was almost, you started to look like Jack Nicholson a little bit. Shiny said help.
Bro,
I'm trying. Kuda, we're all here to help him.
I know I'm different, guys, and I'm not sure.
Listen, there's no spirits in that house, bro. There's no spirits in that house.
I know there isn't. I feel good here.
Yeah, that's good. Because you know when you felt bad in other places where you go, things happen, right? Like up on the lake.
There.
Yeah, in the big captain's house. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's all good juju in there, man. So you're just making it up in your head.
I know. And I knew that. And that's why I said I instantly had those thoughts. I'm like, no, dude.
Right.
You know. But
you're good.
When I took the hinges off the door with the drill and it was loud and it's 2 a.m., I'm like, you know, I feel safe during the day. Bill's out in the garage framing. There's people around.
Did you watch scary movies when you were a kid?
I did.
See, we all did, man.
I shared that before. I was pretty young.
There's no question, man. Oh, Creature Feature when it would come on Friday night, man, I couldn't run upstairs fast enough. Man, my brother would start goofing on me, man. Creature Feature was a Friday night thing, man, with all these, you know, like the werewolf, the mummy, all those things. Creature from the Black Lagoon. It was a show. Oh, yeah, man, for sure.
Stop. Why you got to do that?
That house is 10,000%. Red rum. Oh, my God. The Shining. He doesn't watch movies.
I don't.
No, he's not a movie guy, man. It's a good thing. God, I wouldn't want you to like see a manifestation of what you're thinking in your head, professionally produced by Hollywood, because then you'd be really screwed up.
I won't allow it. So I'm talking to my wife last night while I was painting here in the living room, and so she starts rambling on about like, I'm just gonna vent a little bit, like where the toilet paper holders should go in the bathrooms. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, lady, like. Oh, I just couldn't take it. So then we started talking about the football game, and she said something about the Eagles are losing or something. And I go, this is my response. I don't care. I go, listen, they're still going to go home to their mansions and take their fancy vacations. Don't feel sorry for them. That's what I said to her when she's like, oh no, the Eagles are losing. I'm like, listen, they're going to be just fine next week. Trust me. And then I went off a little bit on her after that. But
why did you go off harder?
So I told her not to bring it. I don't know why we have 20 boxes of Arm & Hammer baking soda in the cupboards and in every refrigerator and freezer in here already. And I had it work in one of the cabinets, and I opened up the cabinet, and there's 25 boxes of baking soda in there that she had to bring up to prepare. Oh, you should see this stuff, man. I bet I open up this cabinet. I bet there's nothing but got to make sure there's all those paper towels here.
Well, that paper towels are great.
Look at down there. It's like, I can get by with, I said, don't worry about nothing until you guys move up here in July. I don't need anything up here, you know. I'm good.
Man, you got to start. Don't for now. Just step outside of your character for a moment for the good of this project and stop caring about the little stuff. Who cares if there's 7 rolls of paper towels in there? It's all good. You might need them. You might have a massive spill of freaking paint thinner and you're going to need to mop it up so it doesn't ruin the floor. You know what I mean? You'll be lucky. Paper towels are a good thing when you're doing construction projects and painting. Always have one open. Trust me.
Going through.
Trust me.
Hard.
Oh, dude, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Construction, bro. Construction, man.
Or the construction trash.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's the one. Yeah, I'm blown away. Look, you think you got a lot of trash? Wait till you build a house from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, unbelievable.
I got a pile in the secondary garage.
It's pretty crazy, bro. It's insanity. It's insanity, man. But drink your beer. Wake up, get a good night's sleep. Wake up, grab yourself a cup of coffee, man. Get yourself a notepad and just start to organize your thoughts, man. Organize your thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to start making some of those bigger contractor calls. Just initiate them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think you'd be happier knowing that at least you've placed your order for the granite. You know what I mean?
Well, they called today and the stove was discontinued. I forgot what we paid for it, like $1,400, right?
What stove did you order?
Huh?
Where'd you get your stove?
From Home Depot.
Okay. So they discontinued the one that you wanted.
So
That
she goes,
sucks.
we got another one. It can be there by March 8th. I go, well, talk to me about it. You know, what is it more money? What I got to do? She's like, we'll keep the price the same, but it's a $1,900 stove. So it's
Sounds
more
like a win. Sounds
so
like a win.
the model number to my wife, and she don't like it.
Oh, jeez.
So, I mean, what's not to like about a stove, Eric? We got a little issue because the washer or the dishwasher I picked out, the controls are on top and not the side. I didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing.
Well, we got one on top. Deal with it.
I know. That's when you go to the place with your wife and you order you just do a whole appliance package, man.
Yeah.
Not piecemeal in it. But I mean, look, you're doing the best you can.
A Whirlpool black electric stove, and you're in Watertown. You can come by tomorrow. $200 and it's yours. And if you need a nice Maytag dishwasher, black with a little bit of rust on the top, I'll give that out for $100.
Man, why? Well, yeah.
Or if you're really in need and you just need one, come by and grab it and take it out of here.
There you go. That's right.
Right?
Oh my God.
All right,
dude,
we're gonna
you're
get serious once I get set up, guys. I do have big plans for the channel. Once we get up there in the loft and get the studio going, we get fishing. You know, we're not just gonna talk about resets and stupid shit. I promise we're gonna get into it. So
cod fishing's on, man.
I
From
know,
Australia.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. Thank you, cod fishing, man. Have a good time out there in Australia, man. Send us a picture of some giant barras.
Jeff's got good points. I spent almost all night in that bathroom too. And when I looked at it this morning, I show you the cut lines up there.
Listen, Adventures with Bill said Travis needs to advertise a Smallmouth Crush work week at his new house and a lottery for one of the workers to get a free guided day with you and me. How about that?
Huh.
Yeah. Slumpy Grumpy says better soundproof that loft.
It will be.
Have JP, Charles Poling says, has JP on next week, man.
I will.
That would be, yep. Jared wants to know any timeline on when past VIP episodes will be available on PHYXTV.
Oh,
man, Tri Gordon said, who was hosting Creature Feature? Dude, I don't know, man. That was 1974. I got to look back. Damn. Jeff Riddle said he rehabbed the 2,600 square foot house. He knows what's up. Hit him up for some advice.
Man, I just need some workers. So if anyone wants to show up in Watertown, want to hang out with me.
It's just a hangout. There's nothing in return. It's just a call.
You're there, but I'm going to put you to work.
I gotcha. Free bag of Great Lakes Finesse or something?
Yeah, we could do a free bag, I guess.
I guess one bag. You got to trade something, man. Give him some incentive. Give him some incentive, man.
I know.
Jeff is doing his house now. Yeah, at least pizza and beer tacos, man. There you go. A buff. A scarf. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. God, Creature Feature, man.
Creature Feature.
It was awesome.
Cool name.
Dude, Friday nights, I was loving it, man. In fact, I'm gonna create a bait called Creature Feature just because it's probably still like trademarked or something like that. A creature bait called Creature Feature, man. Tipping the hat to the Elvira. Hell yeah. Bob Wilkins was the host. Robert Linson knows. Grad 84 says I'll put a roof on if you need it. Kent Collins needs some drop shot minnows. Tales of the Crypt. Hell yeah. This is awesome shit, man. The comments are rolling. I mean, there's only like 120 watching, but this is fantastic.
You guys
this is good
great
stuff, bro. They were, man. They were. That was fun, man. Those guys were a lot of fun, man. That was awesome.
Yes. Yeah. You'll have a blast with them.
Oh, there's no question, man. I love me some Eric the intern, Iguarino.
All right.
Absolutely, man. All right, brother. Listen, you take care. Drink your beer. Get your coffee. Get some rest. I know you're going to keep. I know you'll keep.
Do I have to clean the paintbrushes now?
Is it latex? Yeah, just get them in some water quick, man. It won't take long. How many paintbrushes you got to clean?
4 or 5.
So a lot of guys will do this, and I don't know. I'm not a painter, but if there's a painter still watching, I know a wet paper towel. You know what I mean? Did Bill show you that trick? The guy that paints a little bit for you?
No.
So you really keep a wet paper towel on those brushes, and you wrap them in that wet paper towel.
Okay.
Because it's water-based, right?
Yeah.
It's a water-based paint, so that helps them from drying out. If you're let's say you're painting and you really got to go do something for a little bit, wet paper towel, wrap them in it. You should be good for a little bit. But yes, you definitely need to clean them if it's going to be.
No, I
slumpy.
know.
Slumpy Grumpy says put them in the fridge. They won't dry out. Wrap them in saran wrap. Ken Collins, there you go.
All right.
Put the brush or roller in saran wrap overnight and it won't dry out. There you go. There's some great advice, bro.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna
look at that, man.
What about rollers? No, I don't care. I just
same thing. No, they said the same thing. A roller or a paintbrush wrapped in saran wrap.
Okay.
Yep.
Or paper towels, wet paper. We got paper towels. You saw that. I don't know about saran wrap.
Yep. Sean says saran wrap is money. Wrap the paintbrushes. You can do it in tin foil. Saran wrap for the win. Clean. Yep. Put them in the coffin. Good night, gents. Slumpy says wrap the roller in a paper bag, then throw it away. These are fucking hysterical, man.
Yes.
Plastic bags you get at grocery stores work very well for rollers.
Okay.
Home Depot, there you go. Listen, it's good stuff, man. Ask and you shall receive. There's some smart guys on this thing. Yep. Anyway, there you go, bro. All right, man.
Cool.
All right. Have a good night, bro.
I know.
What?
I've been not bombarded, but I've been really not responding to text messages and YouTube comments and emails. And I apologize. I will get back to everybody. It's just been between that spam issue I still have going on and all of this, it's very hard. It's very hard.
I think people are giving you a break, man. They understand, bro.
I've been missing them, man. I've been missing them.
It's all right, man. You connected with them tonight, bro. It was good stuff.
Here's a subject: grow your member. I mean, this is Logo, Sierra, Data Corp, Uline, Samsung, Casino, exotic Ukrainian women.
Whoa, where's that all
blood
coming
pressure,
from?
handy heater, your knees,
handy heater. What the hell?
Penis enlargement, ear buzzing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Public records. These are all the spams I get nonstop.
Oh man, it's brutal. Brutal.
Goes right to my inbox now.
Terrible.
Never done that before.
I don't know. You've been hacked, bro.
Yeah.
Does the carpet match the drapes? Those spy balloons saw your drapes. Don't get him started. All right, bro. Get some sleep. Okay, drink your beer and get some sleep, bro.
The next platform, as always. Until next time. See you on the water. Thank you, Eric, for hanging out. I appreciate you, man. I love
you got it, man.
Appreciation, dude. And I need you here, man. I appreciate it.
I'm enjoying it, man. It's you know it, man. Mutual, man. It's making a difference in my life. Thank you, brother.
All right, see you
guys.
guys.
Sleep. All right, guys. Peace out.
Later.
Tight lines. and all that.
Yes.
See.
Done.
Peace.
I got to go, bud.
Wrap it up.
All right.
All right. See you.
I think we're done.
Try. I'll be down.
Thing. It's not ending, bud.
Want me to end it? I don't know how to do
I'll
it, man.
press the button here.
All right. Press the button, man. Do the history erase.